I made a statement that if the law, if the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution cannot be enforced in this social jungle of victory, it is time that Negroes must defend themselves even if it is necessary to resort to violence. That there is no lawfare and there is no need to take the white taxes to the courts because they will be free, and that the federal government is not coming to the aid of people who are oppressed, and it is time for Negro men to stand up and be men, and that if it's necessary for us to die, we must be willing to die. If it's necessary for us to kill, we must be willing to kill.
What we're going to do. That's the reason why it was so hard to get into the deacon, because we were more secret than the Ku Klux Klan were.
Mm.
What we were going to do, we done it.
Mm.
We didn't go talk about it. If I went to a meeting and come back, my wife didn't ask me nothing about it because I wasn't going to tell her.
Okay.
And if I got ready to go out to do something, I remember they had the largest Ku Klux Klan convention right out here between here and Hodge paper mill.
Between here and where?
Hodge, where the paper mill is.
Yes.
It's about 2 miles from here.
Okay.
They had big convention down there, and they got several days getting ready for it. But they cut out a gum tree about this big around. I guess probably 30 foot tall. And they cut it a gum tree, and they made a cross out of it. They wrapped that gum tree in crocus sack burlap, as y'all call it, and put some kind of diesel fuel or something on it anyway. But they stood it up there, and that was a symbol. Okay, so when the meeting got started up there, they lit the cross. But we knowing what the cross was representing when they put it up there. So me and one of the other guys got together. I got my brother. I wouldn't go in one of my vehicles. I got a high-power rifle with an infrared scope on it. Other guy, he got up there next to the road and laid down. Well, I could see it, and he would let me know when there's traffic and all this stuff. And I was back on the railroad track laying down with a high-power rifle. When the meeting got started, he let me know it was time to shoot. I shot the arms off that cross. In about 15 minutes, wasn't nobody out there. Yeah. So
you did what?
I shot the arms off that cross. I had an infrared scope on it at night. Infrared scope. Shot the arms off that cross. So I'm shooting a 30-30 at Winchester. Huh?
While it was burning.
While it was burning. Yeah.
Power. But the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration and civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leaders who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition, token gains, token progress.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and got it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first, and they put you last, because you're a chump. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
What is good, my people? We are live back with another live broadcast. Yeah, I'm gonna be back on here. I'm gonna probably put up a premiere tomorrow. So the second part of the last premiere. So, I wanted to come on here. I know I haven't been on here for a while, so I wanted to come on here and holla at y'all, you know what I'm saying? I guess I ain't gonna be too strict on the topics tonight. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here. I don't plan on being on here long, but I definitely wanted to come and holla at y'all. Now I guess really before I go through all the stuff that I want to go through, I guess I'm just gonna show a couple videos. Anybody that want to come on here, y'all can come on here. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Hold on. All right, but yeah, man. So before we get into it, you know what I'm saying? I want to show another video because, like I said, I haven't been doing this. My premieres, I haven't been able to do that. I'm almost finished with what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get back on it. But I do want to keep y'all updated on stuff that I should have been doing, because if you take a day off, then your enemy got miles and miles ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't take a day off, especially in the position that you're in. You got to work harder than everybody else, or you're gonna fall behind. So let me show this one first. Now, it was a sister who had mental health issues, a sister named Dee Dee Hall, you know what I'm saying, and in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, and she died while in custody. So let me play this video.
Always helping people.
Heartbroken and overwhelmed, Robbie Reed shares memories with us of her cousin, 47-year-old Dee Dee Hall.
Dee Dee was full of life.
Dee Dee died while being taken to Baylor Hospital at the end of May.
The mistreatment that I witnessed was very, very hard to watch. It almost dehumanized Dee Dee.
Are you okay?
Dallas police say they followed procedure and protocols and that an investigation is underway. The department released body cam footage of their encounters with Dee Dee right before her death.
What's going on? The people at the cars were worried about you.
Police responded to a 911 call on Garland Road, south of 635.
The caller said he believed the subject was under the influence of some sort of drug or alcohol due to the suspect yelling and falling down.
What's your name? What is it? Damian Hall.
A few minutes later, footage shows Dee Dee taking off her clothes.
They all left me.
You see rescue crews restrain her and take her into the ambulance, and they place a spit hood over her head. During the ride in the ambulance, you can hear the crews laughing.
It's a hell of a day so far, man.
All while Dee Dee is struggling to breathe.
It's hot, dude. I don't know with y'all.
You see Dee Dee basically telling those folks in the back of the ambulance that she's dying.
Dee Dee's family says the crew wasn't giving her the proper attention that she needed.
The actions were just inhumane. It almost treated Dee Dee like a thing instead of a person.
The train just started pulling the dress off, trying to go. We were like, whoa.
The department's Special Investigations Unit is looking into Hall's death. Detectives met with her family to review the body cam footage. Justin Moore, a civil rights attorney, is advising the family. He says they just want a fair investigation.
But we want the Office of Police Community Oversight to look into the usage of spit hoods.
The family wants someone to be held accountable for their loved one's death.
Dee Dee was absolutely amazing, the light of all of our lives. The life of the party kept us all laughing.
In Dallas, I'm Melanie Basu.
All right, so I had to show that one. RIP to that sister, Dee Dee Hall. Now, the first thing they try to say, what up, Rashid? The first thing they try to say, like, she was intoxicated, but the sister had mental health problems, you know what I'm saying? And you see who was over there policing them. So you do see like you see who was over there policing her, you know what I'm saying? And they put a bag over her head and basically suffocated her to death. You know what I'm saying? And the sister had yeah, what's going on, bro? In the Deep South? Yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted to show that sister. And then I'm gonna go on to the next thing. It was another brother. Now, I don't know if y'all heard of this story right here, but a lot of y'all probably need to see this story. Now, let me show y'all this one. All right, now, there was another young brother, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all heard about the brother. What's going on, Raw? About the young brother, Everett Jackson. And he got caught up with another one of these snow bunnies, you know what I'm saying? And so hold on, let me show y'all. Let me share a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But yeah, let me share the next thing, because I know a lot of y'all love these good old snow bunnies out here. Now, this young brother went missing after going rafting with his, you know what I'm saying, girlfriend, quote unquote.
They saw him fall off of a raft. Today, I spoke with his family as well as the Gem County Sheriff about their search efforts.
I want to find him. I constantly, as we're walking, I pray. I'm praying. I'm believing. I'm holding on to we will find him.
Prayers, concern, and hope in Emmett as the family of Everett Jackson searches for the 22-year-old.
Mentally, I'm drained. Physically, I'm tired, but I'm not giving up.
Everett is visiting from Louisiana. The Gem County Sheriff's Office says he was floating the Payette River with a group on Saturday when he missed the cutoff point to get out of the river. A witness told the Sheriff's Office they saw Everett go under the water and never come up.
We've been running a couple of river boats, and when the jet skis are up and running, we try to get them up there.
Sheriff Donnie Wonders says right now the flow is dangerous, making the search for Everett more difficult.
The best time to float it, raft it, when it's about 1,200 CFS. And the night that he went in the water, the river was flowing at a little over 10,000 CFS. Then Sunday, we got all the rains, and Monday the water went clear up to 13,200 CFS.
He says the water has come down a little bit since then, but not enough.
I had a helicopter up yesterday, and they can't see nothing. It's just...
He's encouraging people to only come out and help if you have experience with rescue or
with his girlfriend on Saturday afternoon. Now, the family traveled all the way from Louisiana and says that they're hopeful to find him.
When it's your family member, nobody is going to look for your family member like you would look for him.
Everett Jackson is missing after rafting on the Payette River Saturday. His family flying nearly 2,000 miles to search for him alongside the high, fast-moving Payette River west of the Washington Street Bridge in Emmett.
It hit different when it's your family. Yeah, and it's like the fact that we were just so far away in Louisiana to where it's like we couldn't help him. Like we weren't there to help him.
With high flows and murky water, the sheriff's department says it's hard to see anything in the river.
I've got 2 river boats out on the river searching the banks as we speak. You probably hear the helicopter overhead. We got a couple spotters that are looking up and down the bank.
Like, yeah, it's no, okay, I gotta leave tomorrow. No.
No,
when
we're
we
gonna
find
be here.
him, we taking him home. And
Louisiana on Saturday, the Gem County Sheriff's
All right,
Office.
so what up, guy? What up, Bakari? And yeah, y'all brothers can come on if y'all want to. I'll put the link in the chat. It's at the beginning. But let me tell y'all what happened to this brother right here. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. So, you know, this young brother met himself one of those precious snow bunnies, you know what I'm saying? Now, this was a young brother, 21-year-old brother, and I'm not trying to like beat up nobody, but I mean, damn, we got to start learning at some point, like all of these weird stuff like this keep happening. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see where it's at. All right, so this young brother, Everett Jackson, right? He played basketball at LSU, you know what I'm saying? So 5 months ago, he met this white girl named Gracie Kolka. You know what I'm saying? She like 20 or something, around his age. And when he visited her, she visited him like 2 months ago in Louisiana and told him that she wanted him to come back and return. So earlier this month, you know what I'm saying, this brother went to Idaho, Boise, Idaho, with just by himself with this random white girl that he had met and hung out once or twice, you know what I'm saying? So they and 3 of her friends went tubing. Like he went, I don't know what he was doing. And like, yo, I seen a brother earlier this year go hunting, this brother going tubing. And now this white girl stated that they missed the exit and she was able to pull herself up on the dock and he was trying to hold the tube in the dock. She said she held onto a branch and tried to give him a hand, but he slipped away in the current and never came back. She told a friend that they were getting out of the water and he stumbled and dropped his crock and went over to pick it up. And then he dropped his phone in the river and then he fell in the river while trying to get it. She said a stranger called 911 and saw both of them struggling in the water, but the call dropped. All right, so the family was notified by the police, but the airline stated they couldn't fly out, you know what I'm saying? So nobody was searching when the family finally got there, probably like a few days later, you know what I'm saying? So what's going on, Sisters for Life? Oh, what up, Deborah? What's going on? So, you know, all I'm saying is, you know, this is why we got to be careful. So let me show this real quick. So this is the young brother right here, and this is the white girl that he was with, you know what I'm saying, that he came up missing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play a little bit of this sister right here video.
It's just not adding up here. If you don't believe me, here's the receipt. Here, the only difference between these.
Now, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Just talking about how our family wouldn't accept this young brother when they met him. And, you know, apparently, you know, you can't just bring a random black man home. You know what I'm saying?
Anything like that from an Everett Jackson. So I seen a couple comments talking about, oh, black women, we need to sit this one out. I don't think so. When your child turns 21, I'm pretty sure you don't look at them as a full-fledged adult. He was still a baby. this is still someone's little boy. And this is the reason why we care so much and why I'm going to advocate for justice and help the family rally for more awareness to and for this situation. Why would Gracie Coca and her parents wash Everett's clothes knowing that there's going to be a search and there's going to be a manhunt for his body? Somebody help me make that make sense. Don't worry, I'll wait. You tell me what sense it makes to wash a man who you presume to be who you know, based off of what you posted on social media, is no longer with us. Why would you wash his clothes and fold them up? Not to mention how the parents didn't even want to admit that this was Gracie's boyfriend. Gracie's friend went missing. Gracie's friend or Gracie's boyfriend? Y'all didn't even want to admit that they were in a relationship. Here, the only difference between these two posts, really ironic, they just started raising money for the family and didn't even know where the family was really from. Talking about some Texas. The family's not from Texas. The family's from Louisiana. Hey guys, my daughter and a couple of her friends were involved in a terrible floating accident. Her friend, Everett Jackson. Now, mind you, it wasn't until his niece commented twice and he deleted it. That's not her friend. That was her boyfriend. Dad deleted it. She commented again. Dad deleted it again, and then he posted another one. Okay, well, it was her boyfriend, Everett Jackson. The family didn't even want to admit that this was somebody that their child was romantically involved with. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. One of the many things. What's the next thing that I'm about to show you? Okay, let's get into the video.
Hey, hold on. Before she even do that, you know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to pay attention. I know this is not a black person, and we can only call out black people scamming out stuff. Now, the family of this little white girl, this little white bitch, who is supposed to be crying and stuff like that, and they didn't even want to admit that, but they're talking about donating to the Venmo account. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get donations. I know we can't call people out unless it's a black person scamming, just like that dude who was just scamming off the Buffalo massacre, raised $3 million. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm not going to talk because I know that if they have this white face and we got the white savior complex, it'll be okay. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Of the encounter that the family had with Gracie and how she was crying with no tears running down her face with regards to this situation. And thank you, if you haven't already hit thumbs up on the stream, thank you for hitting that thing right now. Okay.
Yeah, shake your head. It's fine. Yesterday, so we're trying to see what. I didn't do anything. We're just trying to find our brother. You're not. You're not.
Yeah, that guilt gonna eat you alive, my baby.
That's guilt, you, but okay.
No tears. That guilt gonna eat you alive, baby.
Yeah, shake your head. It's fine. Yesterday, so we're trying to see what. I didn't do anything. We're just trying to find our brother. You're not. You're not.
Yeah, that guilt gonna eat you alive, my baby.
That's guilt, you, but okay.
No tears. That guilt gonna eat you alive, baby.
All right. So, you know, you can see the white girl hitting the fake tears. You know what I'm saying? They got that down pack where they hit that scrunched up face and stuff like that. But you know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yesterday, so we're trying to see what. I didn't do anything. We're just trying to find our brother. You're not. You're not.
Yeah, that guilt gonna eat you alive, my baby.
That's guilt, you, but okay.
No tears. That guilt gonna eat you alive, baby. Yeah.
right. So, you know, so of course she only was up there for one day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to look for this brother, quote unquote, look for him. But listen, man, yo, this brother left his home, was away from his family, went to Idaho to go rafting with this white bitch, with her. He didn't know her that long. He didn't know what her family was like. Like, yo, we got to start teaching our young boys and young women and all of that stuff. Like, yo, they like their surroundings. We have to be aware of our surroundings. I mean, how many times does it take to get caught up with stupid stuff like this? But I know I can't violate, you know what I'm saying, those precious snow queens and stuff like this. So before I get off of that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna share one more thing about y'all precious white girls.
Imagine being with someone day in
No.
He threatens, and when I stand up for myself, he threatens to call the police and revoke my membership.
You need something? You need something? Do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something? Okay, I thought so. Keep it pushing.
You're getting rude to me. Nobody was looking at you any type of way. I don't own the gym, I work here. Yes. And if you're getting rude, then you can leave.
That means what?
I can call the police and have you trespass right now. Would you like that?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, let them know.
That's what we'll do. So right now, I'm just gonna take your stuff and head up front. Like she said, you got
Now, you know, all I'm saying is why y'all out there talking about some damn and you know, I mean, maybe you should think about it. You never know when they's just sitting there waiting to get you strapped. And then, you know, go ahead and call the police. They know who the police side is on. You know what I'm saying? We got to teach our young brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, pride and self, you know what I'm saying? But also the dangers that exist. I'm not the one that created these dangers. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, the truth is, like, if you want to be able to do that, then you got a whole issue to solve first before we can start worrying about other stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want it to be all on the dudes because yo, it's on the women's side too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna pick one side or the other. So I'm gonna show this next one.
Imagine being with someone day in and day out, and you pull up and catch him with his ex.
Bro,
and begs for her right in front of your face.
You done fucked me up. You done fucked me up mentally. You doing the same shit. You doing the same shit.
This is cursing.
This some Lifetime movie shit.
Yeah, I wanted to be with her. Record that shit, because I wanted to be with her.
Okay.
What are you fucking pleasing me for?
Story time coming soon.
This is not a relationship with somebody else. We have not been shit for a month.
Really?
Look at what you got yourself into. You ain't want to be shit for the past month. Get out. Go.
All right, you know. All I'm saying is, man, be careful of the situations that you put yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what can happen. Right? I know it may be only black men that do stuff like that, but you know, that's just not the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying black people is perfect, but if I gotta go out, I'm going out with some black people. You know what I'm saying? So all right, I'm gonna go to the next thing. Right, and yo, it was also a young brother down in Florida. I'm not sure if y'all seen it, where these white boys try to attack him. You know, just a young kid driving. You know what I'm saying?
Right here, buddy. Right here. Tell me what you were doing. Burning out, racing through my fucking neighborhood. Burning out, racing through my fucking neighborhood. I told you not to. I'm not in your face. Get out of my neighborhood, fuckwad. Who got a gun?
Now these white boys was armed up, and I'm gonna play the video right here. of what happened.
Tell me what you were doing. Burning out, racing through my neighborhood.
It is the video that's gone viral out of Sanford. 2 white men facing charges after confronting a black teen throwing a stone through his car window.
The teen admits he was speeding through the neighborhood, but he and his parents say the reaction from the men was uncalled for and racially motivated. West 2 Summer Knoll sat down with the family tonight in Summer. What did they tell you?
Well, guys, they told me that they couldn't help but think about what happened to Trayvon Martin in Sanford, and that while they are upset about what happened, they are just thankful the situation didn't escalate even more.
Same county where Trayvon Martin got shot down. You see these grown men attacking this 15, 16-year-old young kid.
Right here, buddy. Right here. Tell me what you were doing. Burning out, racing through my neighborhood. Burning out, racing through my neighborhood. Not to. Get out my face. I'm not in your face.
All right, so this is solved video of the confrontation, and it was recorded by 16-year-old Jermaine Jones, who had been driving the white Mercedes. He said he and a friend were heading to another friend's home to spend the night when these 2 men yelled at them for speeding through their Lake Forest neighborhood Tuesday night. After the teens turned around to leave, they say that's when the men forced them to stop and attack, throwing a stone through Jermaine's window along with a traffic cone at the car. 52-year-old Donald Corsi and 61-year-old Howard Hughes were arrested and are now facing charges for property damage. Howard Hughes also facing a battery charge. Meanwhile, tonight, Jermaine says he can't stop playing what happened over and over again in his head.
My friend got assaulted by the man that had the cone. He struck him with the cone. And after that, I was going to speak to the man and tell him like that was wrong and ask him why he did it. And my friend goes, "Jermaine, watch out, he has a gun." That's when I picked up my phone and started recording because I was fearing for my life.
I was terrified and thanking God that nothing happened to my son.
Do you believe this was racially motivated or that his skin color played a part in why he was treated this way?
Definitely. There's no doubt in my mind that had he been white or of another color, that this would not have happened to him. This was definitely racially motivated. They were so...
Now, I have a theory, right? Now, if George Zimmerman may not be walking around, I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen, but if it did, if that guy who did this, if those 2 white boys on that picture wasn't walking around no more, right? And I'm not saying it'll stop, but if the next person do that, if they not walking around no more, at some point, people is gonna stop trying your kids. Because I understand, like, yo, as grown people, we like, yo, I'm gonna do this, but sometimes they can catch your kids slipping. And these grown men, well, you know, I would say that for this case, one of them had a gun. Now, I know we try to stay away from guns and protecting ourselves, but believe me, people try you with numbers, with weapons, if they have some kind of advantage, and most times all the advantages they can have. And again, yet another 16-year-old threatened in the same neighborhood where Trayvon Martin, and they're still making fun of Trayvon Martin, and we have done nothing. So before I go to the real topic, I'm gonna play just a little bit of this video of the history of that county where that brother, or Trayvon Martin, and this happened to this young kid.
Trayvon Martin didn't know him. The 17-year-old who was shot to death in this Orlando suburb was visiting from South Florida. But it was more than the shooting of an unarmed black teen that triggered this rage among local residents. They say the failure to charge the shooter was just the latest episode to inflame racial tensions that have simmered between Sanford police and blacks for years.
There is no trust. There is no confidence. So it's at an all-time low.
Turner Clayton is with the local chapter of the NAACP, which held a meeting this week to hear residents speak their mind. Among them was Hannibal Duncan, who says racial profiling is just part of being African American.
And I notice a lot of times a group of black people can see a black person getting beat up for nothing, but it's just inherent fear of law enforcement.
Of Sanford's 53,000 residents, 57% are white, while only 30% are black. With the Martin case in the national spotlight, authorities say they need to mend the relationship between police and the local black community.
The trust that may have existed is gone.
So we have to start from ground zero.
Because there isn't a lot of communication.
Danny Ventura called police after a robbery at her church where she's a pastor, but she says the responding officers weren't helpful.
When I was speaking to a few of the police officers from the Sanford Police, sometimes they would be like standoffish or not really listening to the needs that I had at that time.
Deidre Williams says she was stopped one time in Sanford only because her car had tinted windows.
4 police cars surrounded my car and asked me to roll my windows down. They never asked me my name. They never asked for ID. They want.
All right, so y'all already know the story. That's the story of the history of America. You know what I'm saying? And every place you can go to, you can say it's the worst. But they busted out this young brother's windows. You know what I'm saying? They threatened to kill him. They told him to get out of their neighborhood. All that. You know what I'm saying? But we have to start preparing our children mentally, physically, giving them the tools that they need to be able to come home at night to us, because at the end of the day, like, none of the other stuff really matters anymore. Because if they're not able to come home, what good does any of the rest of it matter? I mean, all of that stuff comes into play, like teaching them the self-love and the self-discipline and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to get into the main topic, because I'm pretty sure y'all seen y'all boy Good Old Joe. And, the topic is, Black independence. I know we just coming off of Juneteenth and everybody celebrated that. I know y'all gearing up for the 4th of July to celebrate America's independence too, you know what I'm saying? But while we are good with tangibles and stuff like that, or we're good with symbolisms, we don't even demand tangibles. We talk about the lesser of two evils when there is no such thing as the lesser of two evils. And I want to see what that is literally getting us right now. And before we do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the lesser of two evils. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen what happened to Good Old Joe the other day, how he fell off his bike just standing there.
Woo! Hey, Joe! All right. Hey, now! Woo!
And try to talk to a little girl to play it off.
Yo, happy Father's Day, Mom. Happy anniversary.
Now, first of all, this old dude can't even ride a bike. But let me play this video. I know y'all voted for her. I'm sorry for disrespecting y'all president, but but let me play this video. You know what I'm saying? Because Good Old Joe is angry that his following is not the same. People not approving of his presidency.
See what the leader of the free world has been up to lately. Well, the president is angry, my friends, angry that people are complaining about not being able to afford fuel and gas and food. Then they realise he's changing lives.
I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives.
Now, Americans may be wondering why energy costs are so high, whether we're talking about gasoline or how to heat their homes or cool their homes. And Biden is very keen to blame what he calls the Putin tax. But what is happening is precisely what he said would happen if he became president. And the impact of Biden's anti-fossil fuel policies is being felt across the country. But to be fair to President Biden, he was honest during the election campaign. He said he would back these green policies even if they caused considerable pain.
3 consecutive American presidents have enjoyed stints of explosive economic growth due to a boom in oil and natural gas production. As president, would you be willing to sacrifice some of that growth, even knowing potentially that it could displace thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers in the interest of transitioning to that greener economy?
The answer is yes.
At $7.29 a gallon for a small car with a 12-gallon tank, it would cost you $87 to fill it all the way up.
Number one, no more subsidies for fossil fuel industry, no more drilling on federal lands, no more drilling, including offshore, no ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends.
Gas prices are so high, the Isabella County Sheriff's Office here says they've actually blown through their fuel budget already, so they will respond to some non-emergency calls by phone.
I've never seen anything like Putin's tax on both food and gas.
Not so much a Putin tax as a Biden tax. And the Biden administration still hasn't learnt anything. Listen to its climate czar, John Kerry, say they don't need to drill for more gas and oil.
And energy security worry is driving a lot of the thoughts now about, oh, we need more drilling of gas. We need more drilling of this. We need to go back to coal. No, we don't. We absolutely don't. And we have to prevent a false narrative.
All right. So, you know, that second part is whatever. But so yeah, but yeah, you know, good old Joe disapproves of his presidency ratings, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we see the price on everything, you know what I'm saying? We see what's going on with every single thing, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. And I don't want to just play the right wing stuff because, like, you know, like, I don't want people to think like, yo, you trade one quote unquote plantation for another, you know what I'm saying? So like, I want you to see for yourself what is going on here. So I'm gonna show y'all Biden's response to these high prices that is affecting everybody right now, no matter like what you're doing. Like, yo, this is ridiculous right now. So let me play this one. And this is Joe Biden's response to what's going on.
My plan is to address inflation. It starts with a simple proposition. Respect the Fed. Respect the Fed's independence, which I have done and will continue to do. My job as president is not to not only nominate highly qualified individuals for that institution, but to give them the space they need to do their job. I'm not going to interfere with their critically important work. The Fed has dual responsibilities. 1, full employment. 2, stable prices. Chair Powell and other leaders of the Fed have noted at this moment they have a laser focus on addressing inflation, just like I am. And with a larger complement of board members now confirmed, I know we'll use those tools of monetary policy to address the rising prices for the American people. So I look forward to Chairman Powell's continued leadership at the Fed.
All right, so he said he's going to go with the Feds, you know what I'm saying? So let me show you what the Feds is talking about doing.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us as we begin with the state of the American economy and what it means for you and your family. Today, the Federal Reserve took aggressive action to tackle the fastest inflation in 4 decades. The rate increase was 0.75 percentage points, and the central bank also signaled there will be a similar increase when they meet again at the end of July. Wall Street expected the big increase, and all 3 indexes jumped today with the official announcement. But what it means to the average consumer is still an open question. The goal here is to slow the economy without causing a recession. As consumer prices skyrocket on everything from rent and groceries to gas prices, the Fed hopes making it more expensive to borrow money means people will spend less on things like homes and cars, leading to a drop in demand. And as we know from the gas station, fuel is pricey. So President Biden today was scolding U.S. oil companies for taking advantage of the crisis to make record profits. We've got a lot of news to report tonight, so let's start with Carter Evans in Los Angeles. Good evening, Carter.
Good evening, Nora. With this rate hike, the Fed signaled it's meeting this growing inflation crisis head on. It's a bold attempt to throw cold water on a white-hot economy.
It is essential that we bring inflation down.
The aggressive move from the central bank today is urgent, according to Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
Inflation has obviously surprised to the upside over the past year, and further surprises could be in store.
The last time the Fed raised rates 0.75% was in 1994, when inflation was only 2.7%.
In the Fed's view, there's too much spending going on.
Nick Bunker's an economist with job search site Indeed.com.
This is a different position than the Fed had just a couple of months ago.
Exactly. Their expectations haven't come true, and inflation is now very high, 8.5%.
The Fed's move today will make borrowing money more expensive. With rate hikes of 1.5% already this year, a loan for the average new car price of $47,000 will cost almost $60 a month more in interest than last year. More expensive loans could discourage spending and reduce the insatiable demand now driving inflation to 40-year highs. But higher interest rates won't lower gas prices, now over $5 a gallon nationally. Today, President Biden called on 7 U.S. oil refiners to ramp up production and stop making historically high profit off Americans. The painful price increases are already too much for some people on fixed incomes, like 70-year-old Bonnie Gilbert in Omaha. Her husband died last year from COVID.
Now I'm not going to be able to retire because how am I going to retire with just a Social Security?
To make ends meet this month, she's having a garage sale. In Pasadena, California, this 47-year-old single mother who didn't want to give her name relies on a food bank.
So every time I get a paycheck, I make sure that first the bills, and then see what my child needs.
Is your paycheck enough to get by these days?
No.
That's why you're here.
Yes.
For her, the cost of living in the Golden State is now unbearable. Are you considering leaving?
Oh, yeah. Goodbye, California.
Well, high prices may already be having an impact on consumer spending. It declined unexpectedly in May. As for home buyers, well, the Fed chair said due to a lack of inventory, prices could remain high, even though the 30-year mortgage rate is averaging close to 6% right now.
Right. So, pretty much what they like, all of the prices is going to get higher, right, to try to get you to stop spending and stuff like that. Now, that's what we was trying to tell you about being prepared. You know what I'm saying? Getting all the things that you need to do, because right now it's almost like they're trying to push it to the point where you can't afford to live the way that it is. And there may or may not be some grand scheme and all of that behind it, but I know that we don't have no grand scheme to protect ourselves from any of this. We're not even going to be able to survive stuff like this. When people start getting hungry, and this is why I wanted to say, when people start getting hungry, that's a whole different ball game. All of these real world rules and all of this trying to be nice and all of that goes out the window when you start talking about when people get hungry and can't afford food. And you don't want to be in that position because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And that's why it's important for us to start being prepared. And I want you to understand, like, these prices for your houses, your rent, and all of this is not going down soon. It may go down eventually. But if you haven't been prepared, then it's a whole different ball game. Yo, what's going on, Bakari?
What's up, forecast? What's up, everybody in the chat?
Not much, bro.
Hey, man, it's win or die. It's just that simple right now. That's where we at. It's win or die. I might have to do a show about that. Did I do that one yet? It's win or die. I think I did. It's win or die. It's us versus the world. Is the world versus us. Prepared. We've been talking about being prepared for the last couple of years. I know a couple people didn't want to hear it for the last 3-4 years. People ain't want to hear it. But now they're starting to see it. And now they're getting word. But man, it's win or die. And we have to be understanding the only way for us to win is to organize. That's it. The only way to win is to organize. Not scream, we got to unite. Because we united to an extent. But it's win or die. We have to organize. Organize. After we organize, we have to strategize. You have to have a team where you are. Try to get 5-10 people where you at. Have your rendezvous point. So if stuff get bad, you have batteries, flashlights, food, candles. You know, you have every canned goods and people putting together saving. So y'all can have 5, 6, 7 months. It's easier with a team than it is by yourself. Trust that. I yield.
Yeah, it's definitely easier with a team, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, as long as we acting as individuals, we're gonna be in the same position. And we have to understand that nobody will ever come to save us, because like we see what they're saying. And Bakari, you had a opinion about good old Joe and his lesser of two evils, and what I was just showing?
You know, I didn't get to catch everything in all honesty.
Oh, all right. Well, I was showing
because my
well,
internet was messing up.
Okay, yeah. Well, Joe Biden, well, number one, the dude just fell off his bike the other day, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw that. But he's mad that that people are complaining about like the prices, everything. Like, yo, I can't count on how many, I can't even count on all my hands how many things have happened in the last year since he's been president. You know what I'm saying? But he's complaining that people have a problem with it. And when it comes to inflation, which, like the gas prices out of control, the food prices, rent, everything is out of control. You know what I'm saying? And their issue to fix it is to raise the interest rates, you know what I'm saying, to try to discourage spending. So, rent is going to be higher, taxes probably going to be higher for a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like the interest rate is going to be at an all-time high right now, you know what I'm saying? And to try to discourage people from spending money, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I heard that part, but it ain't something, man. They finna put so many people out on these damn streets. So many people can't afford stuff, but they want to keep. If we keep raising prices, people won't be able. They'll stop spending, but people still got to eat. So why are you raising the prices on food, clothing, and shelter? Raise prices since you want people to just stop doing unnecessary spending. Raise prices on stuff that's not a necessity. You feel me? But you want to raise the prices on food, clothing, and shelter, something people have to spend their money on. You feel me?
Yeah. Almost like they wanted to be that way, right? Like they wanted to be unaffordable to live, right?
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying, while they having all of these money crises, Bakari, I want to show you another thing that's going on right now, and where a lot more of this money is going to. So good old Joe announced he wants another $1 billion for military support in Ukraine. Now this is a point we talked about $40 billion a couple weeks ago. He want, and then another one before that, and now he wants another $1 billion. I'm gonna play some of this real quick.
Has announced an extra $1 billion in military support for Ukraine, the largest single military aid package.
And I only picked this one because I don't think the BBC is they more on the Democrat side, I think. So I didn't want to show on both sides, you know what I'm saying?
Since Russia invaded. The US Defense Secretary said at a NATO meeting on Wednesday he'll move heaven and earth to ensure Ukraine gets the weapons it needs. NATO defense ministers are reconvening in Brussels for the final day of the summit. Our North America correspondent Peter Bowes reports.
This is the kind of military aid that Ukraine says it desperately needs.
And oh, by the way, they're talking about taking away people's guns and using because they use black on black crime, but now it's little white kids getting shot in schools. Whether you believe it's true or not, I don't really care. But they are trying to take guns away while they're giving other Europeans this type of weaponry.
$1 billion package that includes longer-range rocket and missile systems. The goal to help target Russian troops and locations from farther away and bolster Ukraine's embattled defense forces in the eastern Donbass region. It's a pivotal moment in the war, according to the US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who's been speaking to a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels.
We're going to continue to work hard to move things as much capability as we can, as fast as we can, and to ensure that Ukraine can be successful on the battlefield.
Hey, Bukhari, you think this brother will be like, we want to get all the weapons moved as fast as we can to ensure Black people get justice and equality? I'm just saying justice and equality.
No.
Damn.
He might. I would be surprised if he do.
Dang.
So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna ride with no.
Yeah, let alone goddamn freedom, but all right.
He said Russia had shifted its focus to the Donbass, and the challenge facing Ukraine could not be underestimated. The stakes, he said, were high, and the Western alliance could not afford to let up.
The United States announced.
Now, I know this might be a weird question though, but how is this building like perfectly all right? You know what I'm saying?
It's perfectly all right. Who said that building is all right?
This one to the side. It's not like these buildings. I don't even see no like smoke damage or nothing on it, or dust or nothing. It look clean to me.
The bombs missed it.
Okay, it just hit this side and blew air. It just stopped right there. The trees is green right here, and it's not right here. They're dead, and then they're green right there. All right.
You trying to come with your conspiracies?
Alliance could not
That's
afford
weird.
to let up.
The United States announced the strengthening of our defenses, an extra $1 billion support package. It has coastal defense, artillery, and modern rocket systems. We are waiting. I'm extremely grateful for the support, which is especially important for our defense forces in the Donbass.
The war is at a critical stage in eastern Ukraine, but the latest US assessment of Russia's advances suggests Moscow's forces are facing a raft of problems.
The advances that the Russians have made have been very slow, a very tough slog, very severe battle of attrition, almost World War I-like, and the Russians have suffered tremendous amounts of casualties.
The White House has also announced an additional $225 million in humanitarian aid for Ukraine, including supplying safe drinking water,
Wait, how
critical
much?
medical supplies. The White House has also announced an additional $225 million in humanitarian aid for Ukraine, including supplying safe drinking water, critical medical supplies, and food. The US says it's also trying to resolve some of the wider problems caused by the war.
I think we're working.
So you're telling me, right? People here are having problems. I mean, we know about the homeless problem. People are hungry and all this, but we donate 25 because they take my tax money. This is not my you know what I'm saying, by voluntary, but they're giving them money for food and all of these things that we are sitting here can't afford right now. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about that, Bukhari? They get another $1 billion.
They raised the prices up so we can't buy food and everything, right? But they giving them stuff so they can have food and clothes. But you know what, man? That's just that's what they are.
So they can have salute.
They gonna look out for they want to look out. They're going to look out for one another, even though while they destroy and kill one another, they're going to look out for one another. And it's crazy. That's how I think about it.
All right, what up, Rashid? All right, so yeah, I feel you on that, Bukhari. So you got the good old $1 million thing. So speaking of that, because we know what we got some crack pipes. We got what else we get? We got crack pipes. I know we got Juneteenth, my brother, and we just celebrated that, you know what I'm saying? So let me see. A message from Joe Biden to all Americans celebrating Juneteenth everywhere, everyone.
Happy Juneteenth, everyone. One of the great honors I've had as president was to sign the bill making Juneteenth a national holiday for the first new federal holiday since Martin Luther King Day nearly 4 decades ago.
Hey, Bakari, did you get a check or something?
No, man. I didn't get a damn thing.
Damn.
But they had barbecues and stuff, which I didn't go to. They had what they call them? The events.
Yeah, Joe Biden would have got invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
It matters to the country. Juneteenth marks both the long, hard night of slavery and subjugation and the promise of a brighter morning to come. A day of profound weight and power that reminds us of the extraordinary capacity to heal and hope and emerge from the most painful moments into a better version of ourselves. You know, great nations they just don't ignore the most painful moments in their history. They embrace them to heal and grow stronger. And we're a great nation, but it's simply not enough to commemorate Juneteenth. For emancipation did not mark the end of American work to deliver on the promise of equality.
Yeah, blah blah blah. So anyway, we saw that Walmart had their ice cream and they had their sales at the stores and stuff. So like, yeah, it's officially an American holiday where some people got paid and some people didn't. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's what we got, Bakari. They got the Stop Asian Hate. They got that pop group and they signed the Stop Asian Hate bill. You know, those other people got the I can go on and on, but yo, Bakari, you can celebrate that we got Juneteenth that we just celebrated.
Yeah, we got Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Couple of two.
You want to say something, Rashid?
Yeah, salute, my brother.
Yo, what up, bro?
Salute, brother Bakari.
What's going on, Rashid?
Man, I ain't barely celebrating no Juneteenth. This day we still ain't free to this day. We still getting slaughtered in the street. We only way I celebrate. We have everything black owned. We process something and all that. I ain't doing all that celebrating and stuff. We are still being slaughtered. We still ain't free to this day. How we free? And then white lives matter came out protesting against us. Black people having a good time. Black people can't have nothing in America. It's like we can't have shit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I could have showed that too, but they didn't really cover that, talking about how those white people was trying to protest Juneteenth and stuff. But yo, did y'all see this? It was a violence erupts at a Juneteenth celebration in DC. I'm gonna play something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I heard about it. I didn't see it. I heard about it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be another shooting. Like, I don't know how it went down, so I don't know, but.
The streets of Washington, D.C. at a Juneteenth festival when gunfire erupted. And this morning, the suspect is still at large. Mary Alice Parks has the latest from D.C. Good morning, Mary Alice.
Michael, good morning. It was one of those summer nights where everyone was out and about trying to enjoy the weather. And then all of a sudden, police rushing in from every direction to this area that was just packed with people. Overnight chaos and panic in the streets of D.C. after gunfire erupted at a packed Juneteenth concert and festival. Police say the unauthorized event was being shut down after a series of fights and issues with the massive crowd.
No, that is straight up gunshots.
And then around 8:30 p.m., a gunman opening fire, killing a teenager police say was 15 years old and injuring 3 others, including a D.C. police officer.
With guns involved and with our police managing a crowd on site, somebody used a gun and a child is dead.
Witnesses recording as medics and police rush to aid the wounded and terrified concertgoers flee for safety. Other people injured as a result of their legs and ankles being trampled while trying to leave the area. Officials say multiple guns were recovered in the aftermath, but the weapon used by the suspect is nowhere to be found this morning.
All it takes is one person introducing a gun to the situation that makes it deadly. In this case, we need to make sure that individuals are held accountable for their actions.
Now, D.C. confirming to us that the teenager who died was just 15 years old. The police officer was shot in the leg. He's in stable condition, as are the other 2 victims. Robin.
All right. So, yo, what up, Burner Curve? And you talking about the Emancipation Proclamation. But yeah, so Bakari, Juneteenth, I'm pretty sure like this is almost like the episode of the Boondocks, you know what I'm saying, where Martin Luther King came back. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. But like, yo, it's no telling who did this, because like since you said I was on a conspiracy tip, I might as well go all the way in. We don't know who did this, you know what I'm saying? The person is whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know who did this, you know what I mean? So what do you think about that, Bakari?
Hey, don't know who did it. I can just say it was a lot of black folk out there. That's all I saw, but I don't know who did the shoot. You don't know, because I do remember. I know I've told you this before. Because I don't always remember the year, but remember that dude, when Rayshard Brooks got killed here by the cop when they bring that Wendy's down there here in Atlanta. They were out there doing a Juneteenth thing, right? And when they did it, some white people did a drive-by. I'll never forget. White people did a drive-by that night. I went back over there the next night when I heard about it. Me and a friend, I took my shit. We went down there. We were strapped. Actually ran some white people from down there that night trying to creep by. So you're right. You don't know who did it. I yield the mic.
Yeah, but you know, of course they're gonna link it to that, and it's ironic that they're talking about you know, taking away gun rights and more gun laws and stuff. But you know, we see how they do it. Rashid, you want to say something about it?
Man, it's crazy, man. I don't even know, man. It's ain't nothing new, man. These people are doing what they doing, man. Trying to interfere everything. Every week it's something. It's always a mass shooting. It's starting to be a new normal now. Seems like every week there's another mass shooting going on. It's just crazy. I tell you that it's getting worse to come, man. Like we gotta be prepared, it's win or die, man. Like you, brother Bakari was saying, it's do or die. We gotta come together as a people. We gotta organize. Start with us now. There ain't no if ands or buts. We gotta do it now. Can't be playing no game. Cause they're not playing with us no more. They letting everything be known. If this don't wake up people, I don't know what to say. We know we ain't gonna be able to say a lot too many people. We already know we ain't gonna be able to say too many people, but we only gotta be around awoken minded people that ready to get it done and to do what they gotta do and survive. Because right now we on a surviving mode right now. It's about surviving right now. Cause they try to make things tougher, like you were saying earlier, brother Forecast. They try to make things harder and harder and harder and harder for you not to live affordable. They want you to be, you know what, suffering. They want you to suffer. That's their mission, to get you suffering and all that. You can't afford to live comfortable, pay your rent, for food, all kind of stuff. It's a shame. All that damn money this man can supposed to be supposed to be a greatest country, and he can't, and they can't feed their people. Get out of here. I pass my mic.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's why it's important to be prepared, and it's important to work together, because that's the whole difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, one person cannot do something, you know what I'm saying? But putting your stuff together, you can get to another point. But I want y'all to hear something real quick, because I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. So let me play this video right here. I want y'all to hear this. This Bakari boy Jason Whitlock, you know what I'm saying, talking about Juneteenth the other day.
Have any sizable population in the country that sort of turns against its own nation and harbors antagonism and feelings of disenfranchisement and feelings of alienation from its own nation, your country is in trouble. I do think because of what they think symbolizes. And Jason, yesterday, Steve Dace, obviously fellow Blaze, host and sort of social commentator, noted that he doesn't see, much red, white, and blue in any of these Juneteenth celebrations. And I responded, Part of that is because Juneteenth and the end of race-based chattel slavery is seen as another stepping stone in the fight, both nationally and globally, for Black liberation. And that's why many people are probably seeing a lot more green, black, and red, the colors of Pan-Africanism, than they are the red, white, and blue of America. I will say this. To the extent that that signals any sense of alienation that Black Americans have towards their own country, that is a problem. Now, I speak as the child of immigrants, right? I grew up in New York City. I've been in this country my entire life. I've only been educated in this country. But my roots don't stretch back 400 years, not here, not to my knowledge. But the vast majority of Black people in this country are descended from freed Black slaves. And when you have any sizable population in the country that sort of turns against its own nation and harbors antagonism and feelings of disenfranchisement and feelings of alienation from its own nation, your country is in trouble. In the same way, if you had a child, it doesn't matter what order they are in the birth order, that hated its own family, it's going to be frustrated because at once it simultaneously realizes this is the only family I have and that I've known. This is the family I was born into, but I don't feel a part of it, and I'm going to destroy it because I think I can build something better. That type of worldview and mentality rarely ever leads to anything good.
Damn, except for America and Europe.
Well, and I can understand why Steve Dace is bothered because, again, what if we want to attach all this emotional energy to our ancestors, he has a right to attach his emotional energy to his ancestors. And he's sitting there saying Pan-Africanism did not win the Civil War. Mostly a group of white Union soldiers sacrificed their lives. That's what won the Civil War. And they were doing it under the red, white, and blue American flag. And so you can't then say, oh, well, we're going to create a holiday that credits and celebrates a group and a movement that had nothing to do with winning your freedom. And like people, hundreds of thousands of Union soldiers, the overwhelming majority of them white, sacrificed their lives. And you can say it wasn't all over slavery and there was other issues, but a lot of it had to do with slavery. And so I don't blame them for seeing it as off-putting. But the other thing that just confuses me is like, it's clearly a holiday targeted at Black people that misses the mark even with Black people.
All right, so now I ain't even gonna go through and correct all the stuff that he said that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say a couple of things. I want to hear Bakari and Rashid what y'all got to say. You know what I'm saying? Now the brother, I said brother Bakari with the glasses. You know what I'm saying? Now he probably managed to piss off everybody. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I will say this though. You know what I'm saying, Bakari? That's the kind of brother, and I still said brother. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, like who he said, oh, yo, I'm not from here and blah, 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 and stuff like that. You know, the ADOS conversation. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would agree that he should not be in no position speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? But Jason Whitlock shouldn't either, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to deny that point.
You just sell out.
Yeah. And so, but Bakari, so the brother, he would have pissed off. You would have had to team up with ADOS, and ADOS and Pan-Africanism would have had to unite to go against this brother right here. Even though, I mean, I get it. We only can unite to go against brothers. You know what I'm saying? Not saying y'all, but as a whole, because I put myself in that too. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about that, Bakari? It wasn't, oh yeah, and before you go, with Jason Whitlock, a wise brother said, you know, if white people died to free us in the Civil War, they have a lot more to go before, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more blood that needs to be shed, you know what I'm saying, before that debt can be paid. If that's reparations, they got a lot, they got a lot more to go, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but go ahead, Bakari, because they haven't paid the full debt, you know what I'm saying? There's been millions of us, there's a couple thousand. So it's like what he said, like 15-1. But yeah, what you think about what he said, Bakari?
So what they did was they got two coons to sit up there and talk, right? So for me, neither one of them get a pass, right? But when he talk about white people and Union soldiers save black people, that let me know either Jason Whitlock don't know about history or don't care about history, because it was also those white people in those Union in a Union uniform that went down to Natchez, Mississippi, and did the Devil's Punch Bowl. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't have it both ways. If they came, what they say, to save you, they came to save you. How in the hell they come to save you, but then starve 20,000 black people together to death in a camp when they defeated, when those black people down there in Natchez, Mississippi, defeated the Confederacy and overrun the town and run them out of Natchez, Mississippi. It was those white people literally stopped fighting, and it was the Union soldiers that went down there and did it, right? So obviously he don't know about history, or he don't care about history. That black dude, the other guy, I don't even know where he was from. He didn't say, but it don't bother me if black folks from other places talk. But when he say he don't have 400 years, not that he know of. See, he don't understand. He don't understand history either. That's why I would like to know where he was.
Hey, Hardcore. Hey, mute for a second, Hardcore.
That's why I would like to know where he's from. Now, one thing I will say, you say the cooning is a slippery slope, and Jason Whitlock has become the ultimate coon, and there's nothing slippery about that. But I remember how when Jason Whitlock first came out, and a lot of people ignore this, and a lot of black people turned on Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock didn't get his start cooning. Jason Whitlock got his start standing up for actually standing up for black people, and was talking about how they were using the black college athletes and how they should get paid. He got his start complaining about how black people, how we need to stop using the N-word in front of everybody, then get mad when other people say it. We need to have some type. That's literally how Jason Whitlock got his start. He didn't get his start cooning like a lot of people did, but he has turned into the ultimate coon. Now that's his past, but right now his present, he has mastered the art of cooning. He has mastered the art of cooning.
All right. Yo, what up, Mr. Untouchable? What's going on, Hardcore? What up?
Yeah, what's up?
Not much chilling. I'm gonna let Rashid go real quick, and then it's on you.
Man, that ain't nothing new, man. He always is the coon, man. He's a white power right in black skin face, man. That's right in front of your face. That ain't nothing new, man. So brother Corey hit everything I was gonna say out of my mouth. He hit everything. And then day, man, we're gonna have to eventually gonna have to get rid of our coon first before we go up to a true enemy, because they worse than white supremacy. The coon is the worst thing it is. They the one that's holding us back. It's stopping us progressing. Black coons, man, they the one that is selling us out, doing all kinds of things. And they gotta go, man. I'm sorry, man. We gotta move on, man. Because if we don't do that, we're gonna continue to be on the bottom of the barrel. Because it don't make sense how we are first people on this planet, but we on the bottom of the barrel. That's common. That's something to think about. This don't make sense. How we are first people on this planet, but on the bottom of the barrel. Come on. You know what I'm saying, brother Forecast? Come on now.
Yeah, I got you, my brother. I got you.
Salute. Pass
Yeah.
the mic.
All right. Hardcore, what's going on, my brother? What you want to say?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I literally just came on, but I guess you're talking about Jason Whitlock. Yeah, I mean, I don't, and cooning, is a bad thing. And I think if you call one coon out, you got to call them all out. You can't call one coon out and then give another coon a pass just because a coon claims to be a Pan-Africanist. If they have shows on a almost daily basis, constantly berating Black Americans, how we like to shoot up any party that we go to. Nobody else can do any wrong. Nobody else goes to a party and shoots up anything. Jamaicans don't, Africans don't, Asians don't, but yet the history shows that they do. But these coons for hire, as long as that money keeps coming through, in their mind, it's like, okay, I'll put down whoever you want me to put down. Hell, I'll go and pick my mother for the right amount of money. These coons, and you know who I'm talking about. Maybe you don't, but you should if you don't. And I ain't gonna say his name right now because I'm not trying to start nothing, but you know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking to Bakari too. You gotta if you want to be strong on these coons, you gotta leave these other coons alone too, because these guys are dangerous. Like my man said, they're more dangerous than the white man because they don't have any morals. They don't care about other people.
That's true.
You know, they're the type that'll kill you because they fear the white man that much. You know, and these guys, they have shows, they get the money, they get backing to coon. That's why you see all these big names out here, the Tariq Nasheeds, the Cynthia G's, and all these other people you could think of. They get backing. Their main theme is always talking shit about Black Americans, but Africans are angels. Matter of fact, before I let this slide, that Afro think tank even said slavery in Africa. He said that, and this is concerning us, how we supposedly got here. He said that they didn't treat their slaves bad; they treated their prisoners of war bad. And he said that they sold the prisoners of war to the white man. So it wasn't too bad, but their African slaves in Africa got treated better. So he's basically trying to say that it's better off being a slave under Africans than the white man. I said, man, this is the ultimate in foolishness. I mean, this is what I mean with this ideology. You can't keep giving passes to everybody on every little thing just because they claim to be a Pan-African. I mean, when you hear a coon speaking, you should know that that's a coon, no matter what they claim to be. You got to go with their main talk first, not the side talk. The main talk is they can't stand Black Americans. These coons, I mean, I could say what needs to be done, but let's just say, I'll say it in this way. Coons like Tariq Nasheed, who is now confirmed to be Marcus Sanders, by the way. I want those Africans to get at them. Let's just put it like that. I'm done.
All right, you funny, Harko. So I'm gonna let Bakari respond if you want, but let me say this real quick because you, Harko, and Bakari and Rashid probably disagree with me. I say all the time, I'm not as hard on the coons because you know what is a slippery slope, and more people than want to admit would probably be in that category of the coons. You know what I'm saying? And so let me ask you this question, Harko. Would you classify like to get your definition of a coon, right? Would you classify that as somebody who would like only really has like smoke for like Black people, who only really talk about Black people? Like, for instance, if I'm talking about this white boy who's raised money off those Black victims and they was Black Americans, you know what I'm saying, in Buffalo, and a white boy raised $3 million, but you can only focus on a Black man who raised $1 million. Like, would you still consider that a coon too?
Now, are they critiquing the Black man that raised $1 million?
No, they're only critiquing the Black man, not the white dude.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a part of cooning.
Okay, so will you give that person a pass?
Hell no.
Well, yeah, that's what the boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't give them no pass either, man, because that's why we on the bottom of the barrel, because they keeping us on the bottom. They're not going to help us get better. Why can't you defend Coon? There's no way you can defend Coon, because they the ones, they worse than white supremacy.
Well, I wouldn't say they're worse than, because like I wouldn't say the thing.
I would,
bro. They are definitely worse.
I know
Black cooners are worse than white supremacy. Right in front of your face. They doing it right in front of our face right now.
Yo,
tell you why we on the bottom of the barrel right now.
Yo, Bakari, agree with y'all, right? Bakari, they worse than the, and I don't agree because I'm like, I don't think that something creates could be worse than the thing that creates it, and that's my thing. But Hardcore, what I was asking you, because your boy did that on the last one, and I know you give him a pass a lot of times.
Who's that?
Tyron.
Well, he did what?
When I was talking about the white boy who did this, he can only talk about black people.
Well, I got to hear the conversation. I ain't hear the conversation. I like to hear things in context.
All right. Well, I'm saying if I go on your channel and I look through the thing, I'm not gonna see a lot of you going to have smoke for other people, just black
Yo,
people.
buddy.
Well, that's because we're concerning black people. I do have smoke for the Mexicans. I've been bringing that out before
That's true.
any black people been bringing that shit out.
All right, I had to mess with you hardcore since you came in right like that. But go ahead, Carl, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Where brother Carl say?
I wouldn't say Afro think tank is a coon. Alquan have a problem with people that's Pan-African. I know whose show he was talking about today, and I saw that show. And hey, if we don't take responsibility, shit, forecasters tell you I say it all the time. If we don't take responsibility for what we do, we can't constantly point the finger at nobody else because ain't nobody else gonna fix us. If we want to be fixed, we have to point the finger at what we do wrong and what we do right. If we're gonna wait and constantly point the finger and say they do this and they do that, I'm not saying nobody else. You'll never hear me say nobody else did nothing wrong, but in the context of what he was saying, now I don't know who did that shooting because, like I said, when we were celebrating it, like I said, I celebrated it, but not this year because I ain't wanna because it became too commercial for me. But it was a shooting here a few years back, but it was a white dude that did a drive-by shooting when black people started popping. When black people started popping fireworks, it was a white dude that did a drive-by shooting. Now, it was some people out there, they said it was a black guy that did the shooting. But if we don't ever touch on black folks doing the shooting in our neighborhood, in our community, it ain't gonna ever get better. How will it get better if we don't want to talk about it?
Not to interrupt you, Bakari, but your man also, he didn't just talk about point the finger at us, but he made sure to not point the finger at every other group who he said they don't shoot at all. They don't shoot at clubs. They don't shoot at parties. They don't murder at all.
Well, I'm gonna say this right. What I was about to say, because I would have came on, but I was busy because I would have came on, and he said some stuff, that shit. I can tell you this, and I can't speak for nowhere else. It's more African Americans, because I don't know what a Black American is, me personally. African Americans starting to go to the Africans Club here, where I live, because of certain things. Because you don't, I don't know how they do in their country, but you don't see the violence and the shooting in their clubs that gonna be open by 9, open to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they just hack people with machetes. That's what they do.
Well, I don't know. I'm talking about here, and that's why you starting to see more. You saying what they do, but I'm just saying more African Americans is starting to go to the clubs there, and actually there is no problem. It's more. You just see more black people from different places hanging out. I don't know about
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Jamaica in Northeast New York.
I don't know about the Jamaican club. I ain't talking
Jamaicans, Dominicans, all these people, they're always shooting that club. I mean, hacking, shooting, stabbing all the time.
And I'm not saying nobody is perfect, and I'm not trying to beat up not one, because I believe black people need to work together, organize together. But
Facts, brother.
I do understand when somebody say some of the things that we do wrong. And like I said, back to Jason Whitlock. If you study, go look and see how Jason Whitlock came out and got notoriety. They didn't always like Jason Whitlock. It was a very long time before Jason Whitlock was even able to get his show on Fox. Then he lost it for damn cooning. But when Jason Whitlock,
he lost it because he didn't want to re-up for the same price. He wanted more.
Jason Whitlock actually got his start standing up for black people and say African Americans, certain things that we do, we need to stop. But he also stood up to them folks talking about how y'all use black people and it have to stop. He was arguing about 2 or 3, a coach from Michigan. I forget what the other 2 coaches was from, but they was from what you would call a major university as well for his football goal. And he was like, well, if it's an amateur sport and these black kids can't get paid, you shouldn't get a dime. That's how Jason Whitlock got his start. You know who went against Jason Whitlock? It wouldn't, yeah, I'm quite sure white people did, but you know who was going against him publicly? It was black people going against him publicly. The N-word ain't a problem. This is black people. What are he talking about? Kids getting the chance to go to college and get them a free education. It was the people that he stood up for initially when he came out the gate that turned on him.
Who's the bigger coon, Whitlock or your man over there?
Who? Talking about Jason Whitlock is the ultimate coon now. But I'm just talking about when he first came out, he changed a whole lot.
What makes him the ultimate coon? Is it because he talks about black people or what?
Who, Jason Whitlock?
Yeah.
Shit. Jason Whitlock, I don't think Jason Whitlock
Yes.
ain't gonna ever say nothing.
Okay, so then your man over there that wants to strike back, and he's the ultimate coon. Because what I saw the other day, I said, God damn, this man is he's trying to fight for Jesse Lee Peterson's position now. I said, God damn, this man is cooning out to the fullest.
Negro opinions gonna get their wake up call when Mel fall down. They're gonna get their wake up call, and we ain't saving them. That's on them because they're gonna get their wake up call. They can continue to keep cooning because there ain't gonna be no good out of that. At the end of the day, it's a price to be paid for. They don't get their wake up call. They think that it's going the other side, and they're gonna come and find out that the white man don't like them either. They using your ass, sitting back and laughing at you while you trying to sell out to your own people. You think they're gonna accept you and think you think you in their crew and their family? Heck no. They just because they give you that bag, that don't mean they accept you. They sitting back and laughing at your ass. You think they laughing with you, they laugh at you. And them coon gonna get their wake up call. Let them continue to coon because their day is coming. They're gonna get ain't no coming back. They're gonna be looking stupid as shamble.
All right.
They don't get paid unless they're getting paid.
All right, so let me ask you this, Cole, because in the video, so I'm gonna keep it to the video. You know what I'm saying? So one of the brothers in the video with Jason Whitlock said, they was talking about like they had the people celebrating Juneteenth with the red, black, and green flag instead of the American flag. So which one would you rather celebrate with the American? Like, which one would you rather have, like the American flag or the red, black, and green flag?
Yeah, I don't see what the red, black, and green flag would have to do with Juneteenth. It's an American thing, so that's the flag that it should be.
Fuck American flag. Fuck American flag. I use green, black, green, red flag.
Oh yeah. And
American flag is racist. They don't represent us. American flag.
Hold on, She. I'm gonna let you go after him. Go ahead.
You two check out what Tariq Nasheed was talking about with Marcus Garvey and the flag and all that kind of stuff he was saying the other day. Now you know who you got that from. You know who you got that from. And I forgot the other part where he got that from Tehran.
No, I don't. What do you say?
Man, what do you say? Garvey is where he got his teachings from, and the Irish flag and the Irish origins of the red, black, and green flag. You got that
There's no Irish origins of the red, black, and green flag. I can tell you who started that lie. Because it says green for the Irish, red for the Indians, and black for. I can tell you who started that lie, but there's no origins to that.
Okay, but Tariq Nasheed is stealing our shit. I told you, my man is watching and he's stealing.
But okay, look, I'm gonna tell you something. You should let him have that because there's no origins to that. You should let him have that. You shouldn't even tell nobody you did. You said that.
I just like to point it out because we little people, we come with the ideas, and these hustlers come around stealing all the time and don't even want to mention names.
Yeah, but you should let him have that though. Don't tell him you did that. Let him have that one. Just let him have it. I'm telling you this as a brother. Just let him have it.
You gotta be laughing, bro.
Hey, because that come from an ultimate coon too.
Oh yeah. Okay. At least you recognize that.
I love y'all platform.
Let me ask y'all this, because all y'all brothers are straight wrong about this. You know what I'm saying?
How we wrong? I don't see how we wrong, bro. Everybody's saying that coon is the worst is than white supremacy. So you saying you out of everybody else? Everybody's saying it. I ain't the only one.
Yeah, everybody said the world was flat at one point too, but and some people still say it, but I don't think so. So let me ask y'all, like what is a coon? Y'all gotta tell me what is a coon before you call people a coon. What is that?
They're doing what they expect black people to act like, you know.
Like getting on each other, like only have beef with each other, only have smoke for other black people, stuff like that.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you know, they don't have a backbone. You know, that cooning can be just going against black people, or it can even be acting like you know, doing a dance, playing basketball, playing up the stereotypes.
Yeah, okay.
Especially in front of white people.
Okay. Bakari, what about you?
What's a coon?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Haven't you seen them? They ain't. I just said he ain't give an explanation. Jesse Lee Peterson, somebody who just go around and not just white people, because some people coon. Because some people coon for Mexicans. Some people coon for Arabs. Shit. Some people coon, you
For
know.
Africans.
Some people coon just to coon. Some people coon because they want to be on a reservation and not allowed to go. You know, some people coon just to coon.
Y'all funny. All right, so y'all basically saying only like the extreme examples like Jesse Lee Peterson's and stuff is the coons and stuff like that, right?
Oh,
ain't no like
Stephen A. Smith. Now you got Kareem
He's
Abdul-Jabbar.
the biggest coon. He don't like his own kind. He always bash his own black people players. He don't never bash white Europeans. Always bash us. Steve A. Smith is definitely a biggest coon. Can't stand him.
You got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All he does is talk bad about us. He don't never talk about no players, no white players. He always talk about black players. You ever notice that on the show?
So hold on. So he's a coon because he only talk about black players.
Yes, that's bad. How you don't talk about white Europeans play when they fuck up, but you have no problem putting other players down? He calls people get their big paycheck. He'll mess their money up just to cause them from them get a big payday. He'll do all kinds of things to fuck they screw up. The Stephen A. Smith costs a lot of people money sometimes too.
Yep.
And you ain't no defending that, bro. It's none of that. You can't defend that.
Okay.
Hey, Rashid, he ain't even trying to defend it. He's saying if y'all call Stephen A. Smith a coon just for banging on black folk, what he trying to say is most of these black folks, on damn YouTube, on social media, ain't
they
nothing
already
but
cut
coons.
themselves, Bakari. Don't
Because
even.
all they do is bang on black people. That's what he's saying.
They already cut themselves already, Bakari. So you didn't even have to help them out with that one.
Yep, that's what they do, man. They bang on blacks. That's a damn shame, man. It's cooning. It pays, unfortunately, and as long as it pays, there's always going to be somebody out to do any job. I mean, there are people out here who kill people for a few dollars. So, you know, there's some people. There's some people who go up and slap your mother right next to you if the price is right. You know.
All right. Well,
they do anything for a bag.
All right, well, Bakari kind of messed me up, but because y'all already cut yourself, because like when I be like that, like it's a whole slippery slope when it comes to this cooning thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of the people that I'm sorry, Alcorn, a lot of the people that you love do the same thing where they like you can't call Stephen A. Smith that when you know what I'm saying, like if you only got smoke for other black people, you know what I'm saying? Because I know when you come on here, you're gonna go at Africans, you're gonna go at other people who are considered black, you know what I'm saying?
Equal opportunity.
All right, Italians black, by the way?
Well, now they classify them as white, but they got black in them. You can see it by their facial features.
So Italians are black, but you're not.
No, I'm saying they got black in them.
Okay, but y'all not black.
No, we are black. Now you got other people out here, they say, don't call yourself black. That's something else. I ain't even trying to get into all that labeling stuff.
I can't front. You don't say that. You don't say that. So I can't put that.
Because that's a slippery slope. And I told people it's a placeholder name. Some people still don't like it because I keep using the word, but I'm not going to change my vocabulary.
They said black is the crayon color. They said black is the crayon color. It could cause it don't have no trace on land, and I don't have no trace with that. And it said it could cause you death. They give right to cops to shoot you down the street when you call yourself black. That's why they got a right to kill us and slaughter us in the streets because we call ourselves black, and we don't have they don't respect us at all.
Well, I mean, you call yourself something else. I mean,
Yeah, that's
exactly gonna prevent nothing.
right. Yeah, they're gonna shoot you down anyway. Exactly. Yo, that's why I can respect you, Arco. You at least know that part. You know what I'm saying? but like yo, with the coon thing, cause like yo, like I said, y'all like yo, but like y'all not as hard on it. Cause like yo, Alquan, if you be like yo, Africans are black people, bro. Like so, if you got smoke for the Africans and nobody else, wouldn't that make you a coon?
No,
because
I'm not hating on my own people.
You're not hating on black people,
Black Americans.
What's a black American? Let him answer that question. What's a black American?
I'm not using Tariq Nasheed's definition because he kind
I
of.
ain't asked you about Tariq Nasheed.
Okay. We're people with origins only in the United States, no other countries.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, okay, let me talk for a second. So
I know where you're going. Don't go there. Don't go there.
So with people from, let's say New Orleans, would they be considered black Americans?
I know where you're going.
It's either yes or no.
As long as they have no other ties in no other country, yeah.
So how can you prove that all those Haitians that ended up going to New Orleans wouldn't have ties nowhere else in no other country?
Well, I'm sure that if they went there, it was under French occupation, and once the U.S. bought the area, I'm sure they got absorbed into Black Americans.
Okay, so but you said as long as they don't have no origins nowhere else.
Okay, let me clarify. They got absorbed.
I love Brother Bakari, man.
They got absorbed in their origins were lost. Their Haitian origins were lost.
So do you know what Angola prison at in Louisiana?
We went through this before, man.
Saying what I just asked the question. Do you know what Angola prison is? So keep in the chat. Y'all do me a favor because Alquan just gave his definition of a black American. So, Alquan, do you know where Angola prison is?
Yeah.
You do. So since you say we went through that, let's go through it again. Now, once again, why was it named Angola prison? Why was the prison named Angola?
I think some white guy named it, right?
I say why. I didn't say who. I said why. Why? Okay, he don't want to answer the question. So I'm gonna let y'all know it was named Angola prison. It was named Angola because the people who named the prison knew exactly where they bought their enslaved Africans from.
But that's not possible.
That's why it's called Angola.
But that's not possible. That's not possible.
The people in Louisiana, I just named two parts of Louisiana that would not fit Alquan's definition of that would not fit Alquan's definition of.
But check it out, the French didn't have Angola, and neither did the British. So who brought the Angolans to Louisiana?
That have nothing to do with.
No, you got to answer that question.
No. I just who. I'm going to ask again. Who? Now you say who, where, and why is the prison named Angola?
You just said why. Somebody else said something else other than what you said, though.
Almost okay. Why is the prison named Angola? See, thank you. So you said people who didn't come from anywhere else. So obviously, we have named two major populations.
That's not what I said.
We just named two major populations.
No ties to any other country. That's what I said.
So they would have ties, even through ancestral ties that people tried to make them forget.
Let me tell you what ties are.
Obviously,
if you go to Angola right now, you can go meet your cousin and hook up.
Obviously, okay, so watch this. So you go to one of those reservations that you claiming and meet your cousin.
We can do that.
You have a cousin on the reservation?
We do. I guarantee you, everybody, well, most people who know their history will do. They do that. But I guarantee you, no Pan African has any relative, not one.
What tribe are you?
Here we go again with this.
This is getting so.
Now,
Rashi,
like that.
No, y'all go ahead and finish up so I can ask y'all a question. I want to try all y'all together.
Now, Rashi, he wants to do that, but I always do this, Rashi. I always say, prove that we came from Africa. That's what I said.
Alquan, didn't you admit that there were slave ships already, though, Alquan?
Huh?
Didn't you admit to the slave ships already?
No, there were none. I couldn't find any.
That's all lie, man. We've been lying about that.
Yeah, I was
I ain't
debating with
seen no
some.
proof. I've been looking for that.
Yeah, some guy on my channel, he came
No.
on there arguing that they had planks of ships that were found. I said it was a planks of wood. I said, you find me one slave ship, but he's been talking a mile a minute about everything else. I said, don't worry about responding to me. Find me the ship, just one.
Well, I just said slave ships, Alquan. I didn't say from.
That's brother Bakari.
Wait, hold on, Alquan. Didn't you say that? Don't you agree that? Well, you say you didn't know, so but don't you agree that people from America went to Europe, slaves?
People from America went to Europe.
Slaves. They took slaves on ships from Europe to America. The dude came on. We got
Yeah, they took his cousin Billy Bowlegs over there.
Yeah, I'm unaware of that. I know some of the natives went to Europe as I guess you could say specimens on display. I mean, that I know.
Slaves. All right, y'all go ahead and finish so I can go ahead and get y'all on this cool thing.
Well, okay, look, for Alquan and then Rashid, first of all, where would that ship be that they took Billy Bowlegs to Europe on? Where is the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria? So Rashid, you say you have no proof of that. So the ship. So how would white people get to the United States then? Rashid, how did they get here? Now, once you answer that question, once y'all answer that question of how they got here, you have to show me their ships. Rashid.
Well, many times in my videos, so you already know that.
No, you showed some paintings. See, this is what you did. You showed some paintings.
Forecast. Did I show paintings or did I show ships?
Watch this.
No. Hey, hold on. No, hold on, because he showed a replica ship.
No, I didn't show. I showed actual ships. If it was a replica, I said it was a replica.
Yeah, I know.
But when I show the ships, I make sure that they're not replicas.
The only one that wasn't a replica was that battleship you showed.
No, the only one that wasn't a replica was that Christopher Columbus reconstruction.
So the Amistad wasn't a replica then.
Oh yeah, well that too. But I showed that because you brought that up. That's why. But that prison ship from Australia, 1850. Come on, that's designed to house people on the seas. How come
you said a ship from 1850? Show me a ship from 1800. You know when the slave trade got banned, right?
No, he don't know. But that's what I was just about to say, Forecast.
You ain't gonna try to answer for me. But the point was.
All right, go ahead. Let Alquan answer, and then y'all finish so I can get y'all on this cool thing. Go ahead, Alquan.
Yeah, my point was.
Cool thing.
My point was that was the ship from 1850, Australia. It was a prison ship designed to house prisoners and keep men against their will, and you see it, but you can't see not one slave. All I asked for is one. That's it. And it's not because I want to disprove it. It's because I wanted to see the conditions and how it was. The closest I can get is that Australian prison ship, which I didn't know existed until I did that show when Forecast was on that time.
Okay. All right. So, all right, I'll just leave it at that because
But you say you're gonna go back to the coon. We gonna talk about the coon.
Okay, y'all finish?
Yeah,
we done.
Yeah, let's talk.
I hear what you gotta say about the coon.
Let's talk about Brandon again. Yeah, let's bring that.
Let's talk about this.
I'm talking about y'all. See, that's the thing. Y'all want to talk. All right.
We ain't doing no wrong.
I'm just messing with you, Rasheed.
I know you just play. You gotta have fun. Life is too short. You gotta have fun for the podcast.
All right, but let me ask y'all a question.
Messing with y'all.
I know that's right. I love y'all, though.
I'm gonna start with Bakari.
Team Black, baby. I love Team Black.
Because Alquan, Bakari, and Rasheed agree, and they wrong as hell. So let me start with you, Bakari.
He's still picking on us.
All right. So who would you? Okay, if you had a chance, one bullet, right? Who would you take out first, George Zimmerman or quote unquote coon? You can pick whoever you want.
It's according to which coon it is.
Anyone you want.
There are some coons that I would take out before the murderer of Trayvon Martin. And the reason I would take those coons out before I take out the murderers, the murder of Trayvon Martin, is because the coon have the ability to do damage to one, 100,000. The murder of Trayvon Martin, he murdered one. I would get him later, but the coon have the ability to do way more damage than the person that murdered one person.
For us, so the person who set up Marcus Garvey was more dangerous than J. Edgar Hoover.
I'm gonna say, see, you don't went from you have gone from
I
Trayvon
know,
Martin.
that's a coon. That's a coon. You
No,
said the coon is more
still,
dangerous than
no,
them.
no. See,
Marcus
watch
Garvey
this.
was the coon.
And I said, wait a minute.
Oh,
And
he
I
was
said,
more dangerous
according,
than J. Edgar Hoover.
wait a minute. I said according to which coon? Then you went from Trayvon.
Any coon you
Then
want.
you
I said any
went,
coon you
wait,
want.
but then you went from the murder
Oh
of
man.
Trayvon Martin and made like I compared the coon to J. Edgar Hoover. That ain't what I did. I compared the coon to the question that was asked. So what you have to do now, you have to ask me a question about J. Edgar Hoover, but you can't conflate. You know what I'm saying? You can't put them together.
Okay, I'll just ask you real quick. I'm gonna go to the next person. So who was worse, the coon that J. Edgar Hoover sent or J. Edgar Hoover?
J. Edgar Hoover, Gay Edgar Hoover was much worse. Was much worse than anybody.
So you would have took out J. Edgar Hoover first.
Yes, I would take out Gay Edgar Hoover first. Yes, because he had the ability to take out hundreds of thousands of black folks. The murderer of Trayvon Martin only had the ability to get that one.
Okay, I know the exact person you would have out. Tariq Nasheed. Who would you take out first? Tariq Nasheed or the dude
George Zimmerman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I take out any coon before Zimmerman.
I'm the same here too. Same here with me too. I take the coon out first, cause they'll be the ones that try to defend their slave master that wasn't that murder. They're trying to make all kind of excuse to cover it. You know how they try to cover for them and forgive them and help them out. Buck dash like sugar coated and all that. The older ones you gotta take out first, cause they'll be the one that'll keep you from getting justice and all that. And all that.
You look at that Marcus Garvey, the FBI agent. Now, if that coon didn't go undercover for the white man during those times, it would have been harder to bring it down or to infiltrate at least.
Hey, why we in this condition right now to this day? Why we in the worst condition we in now? Because we got too many sellouts and coons to this day. Until we get rid of them, we ain't never going to progress to get nowhere in life. Long we continue to defend them and give them bypass, we ain't never going to get nowhere in America. I don't care which country you go at. We long we got too many sellouts, coons, they going to always have you on the bottom of the barrel and keep you in the gutter and all that. We got to get rid of them coons. The only way we'll get somewhere, separate ourselves and start building and get our own land and stuff. That's the only thing we can do. Because ain't nobody going to come down and save us. Because we all we got.
All right, so Bakar, you agree with Hardcore and Rashid nonsense too?
I've already answered the question. I don't know how you trying to put that on me.
Well, I'm saying wrong. What we saying wrong? I say we do it for self.
Okay. So by y'all definition, the coon is the person who will go after the black person before the white person, but y'all will also go after the black person before the white person. But y'all not coons.
I see the psychology in that, but they're dangerous. They're attacking. That's the difference. We're defending.
They are dangerous in the white supremacy. I'm trying to tell you, I experienced it already too many times. They are worse than white supremacy.
Tariq Nasheed is more dangerous than the person who actually killed somebody before.
You goddamn right.
Goddamn right. Yes, he is.
Matter of fact,
he's stealing money. He's raping money out of the community. Ain't doing nothing for the community, but stealing your money.
Matter of fact, Tariq Nasheed may have been a killer according to his bio.
Come on, man. Tariq Nasheed just a talker. Just want to hear himself speak. He ain't doing shit for Black Americans, but taking your money.
Okay,
well, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. Do I think Tariq Nasheed is more dangerous? It's according to which coon you talk about. But Tariq Nasheed did tell that black woman on that video, if I would beat the shit out of you.
Who does that? That's cowardice. You don't put your hands on a woman. You're a coward if you do something like that. I don't have no respect for men that do that.
He did tell that woman that on that video.
That's sad.
Okay, so telling somebody on the video you'll beat them up is more dangerous than killing somebody, is what y'all saying.
I didn't say anything about Tariq Nasheed. Y'all, I mentioned that, but I don't know. Tariq Nasheed is a scammer, and he's a thief.
Oh,
But you
okay.
asked me about, but you
so
see, I answered the question that you asked me, and then you want to try and switch it up.
no,
And
because now y'all was going through all of y'all. No, I wasn't. Well, I wasn't switching it up with you, because I was trying to get a feel for what you was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So
no, you thought I was going to say J. Edgar Hoover, Gay Edgar Hoover, in the murderer of, I don't even like saying his name either, in the murderer of Trayvon Martin was the same. No, that's not it. I'm going to get the person who have the ability to take out more. That's who's going to go first. The one who have the ability to take out more of my people. That's the one I'm going to get.
Okay, so y'all can go after Tariq Nasheed because he can get $1 million from black people.
I was talking about, we were talking about killing.
Killing.
Okay, but okay, so y'all keep switching it up. Okay, so
That's how you doing it. You doing the same thing to us, brother.
You
That's
confusing
the same thing
yourself.
you doing to us.
And bringing up Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed really is nothing.
No, because y'all trying to duck around the question. It depends on which person. It depends on it. It don't depend on none of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know.
Yes, it do. How you gonna take down? You ask me how I feel. It gonna depend on that to me on how
Because
I feel.
who's more dangerous? Because you say
Everybody got
the
opinions, man. We all got opinions. Like you got your own opinion, bro.
Yeah, I ain't denying y'all opinion and stuff like that. I'm saying, but y'all said the coon is more dangerous. But now when I ask y'all a specific question, well, it depends on who the coon is. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I'll answer it straight. Let me ask you this, Forecast. Who's more dangerous, the CIA or Mobutu, who took down Patrice Lumumba?
The CIA.
But see, without Mobutu doing what they wanted him to do, it couldn't have been done. Without war, direct war.
I'm gonna tell you why I say Coon was more dangerous. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they the one that took Malcolm X out. They the one that set him up, got him killed. You ain't think about that part.
Without doing what who wanted them to do. Aquan, you said
without doing what the CIA wanted to do, which is to kill Lumumba.
Oh, so the CIA got them to do it. It wasn't them that got in the CIA.
They got a coon to do it.
Oh, so the CIA was
They the one that took
behind
Malcolm X out. You forgot? Bad people the one that took Malcolm X out and set him up. They was coon. They was working for the government to take Malcolm X out. Because Malcolm X was for his people, do for self and separate and be liberate and all that.
So they was empowered by their own or the government. Because y'all just named two
No,
things.
government used the black people, paid them. You know, money talk. They do anything for a bag, bro. They are weak minded. They don't know how to say no. I'm not doing that to my own people.
Who's giving them the money?
The white man, but they
the white man do it.
They took it. They say, I want to do this. I'm going to do the job, boss.
Okay, so we're gonna take out this one black man. We're gonna leave the people with the money so they can go to another.
That's why I say coon is worse than the white man.
Right. Now look at this forecast. Now let's take the Malcolm X
The
situation.
white man gonna do his job. He's natural. That's his priority.
Now, what Malcolm X, let's say he couldn't get the Nation of Islam to turn coon and say, nah, just like Malcolm X, the way he defended Elijah, well, after he was kicked out when the FBI came to see him, he still defended the man. Now, if Elijah and the Nation of Islam defended Malcolm X like he did them, even though they were beefing, then they couldn't even said, okay, let's get this man killed. They wouldn't have done it.
They wouldn't have done it. It wouldn't have. There would have been a black person that done it, bro.
But I'm saying without cooning, it can't be done unless the white man does it himself with his own hands, which of course blames him. Instead of when it's black people that they get to do it, then it's like, okay, well, we didn't do nothing.
Okay, so y'all pretty much blame the hitman instead of the person who hired the hitman. Pretty much is what y'all do.
Well, I mean, the hitman is the one who can decide whether or not he wants to take the job.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, he got his own choice. He shouldn't be taking all money and good money. I don't care how much they offer. I'm not gonna sell out my people. Black come first. I love my people so much. I ain't selling out my people. There's other ways to get money. You don't have to sell your soul for no piece of crumb in a day. There's so much way to get money. You don't gotta sell out your own kind. You could do the same. You can make the same amount money you're gonna get from the white Europeans. You got all these options. This earth is too big for us to be doing that to each other. We the only group in America that does that to each other. You don't see no other group sell out to their own race. They stay with their own kind. But
okay, so they.
I wanted to ask you a question, Forecast. So who's the blame? So and see now it's back to what I like to talk about, taking responsibility, right? So I hear people say, well, we ain't have no money to bring crack into the neighborhood, right? And so just because a white person gave you crack or offered you crack, does that mean you off the hook for selling it?
Does it mean that you're off the hook for selling it?
Yeah, if you off the hook for messing up the neighborhood, messing up your community,
Well,
because they gave you the crack. Because
well,
if
see,
they
Bakari, see, that's the thing that y'all don't see. That's the kind of coonish stuff coming out of all of y'all when y'all saying this thing.
How that's
what you
Y'all
won't
not,
foolish?
do, but what you won't do is answer the
because
question.
what you're talking about is
You ain't
doesn't
even
really
answer
make.
the
I'm
question.
trying to because y'all won't let me speak. I'm trying to answer the question. You said they just messed up the community. When that wrong, that's completely wrong. The communities was messed up. It was projects before crack ever got there because the communities was messed up. Now y'all talking about no, do I justify people selling drugs? No, nothing like that. But when you got babies in the house, when people not able to eat because of economic opportunities, we're gonna just ignore what happened from the 40s, 50s, 60s,
But we
70s,
didn't
and
ask
80s
about
and
that.
90s. No,
Now
but I know you
cause
didn't ask about it because you want to stay
no,
with the
but
because I
see,
got the cool stuff
but
coming out
what
your
you're
damn
not
blood.
doing is not answering the question, forecast.
No,
I asked a specific. I'm gonna show you
and
this
I'm
how it would
answering it
work. I'm gonna
specifically.
tell you what would happen if you was in Mr. Holman class.
No,
You know what he
you
would have
said do
said?
I blame
He
you
would have
said
said.
do I blame
He
them,
would have
Bakari?
said.
Let me
Now
answer
what he
it.
said? He would have said you wrote a whole lot of stuff down, but you ain't answered the question, so I got to put an X right there.
Yeah, so you will let me answer the question.
You got to answer the question.
All
I
right,
ain't
so
asked
don't
you
cut me
nothing
off.
about
Let
the
me answer
40s
the
and the
damn question.
50s.
I know the coon stuff is like coming out your veins
But I
right
ain't
now.
asked
You
you
know what I'm
nothing
saying?
about the
But come
40s
on,
and the
Bakari, let
50s.
me answer the question. All right, so look, y'all you just said, or would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like you telling me one thing, but it's a different thing when you got a starving damn baby in the goddamn house. Your mom's is in the house and you ain't got nowhere to eat. The lights is off and stuff like that. Because we know how the projects and stuff was created. Because I know y'all want to give everybody but black people a pass and stuff like that. But we can't ignore the environments that was in and the result and things that they had to resort to eat a meal. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for you to say
So
that
that
when you
means,
ain't doing.
so what you're saying is, so okay. So what you're saying is, someone else is responsible for the crack being sold into the community, and you're talking about starving babies. Someone else is responsible for someone else is responsible for the people that's selling crack, selling it to the baby
No,
mamas
they're
who
responsible
got.
for the
No,
economic.
wait. Now somebody,
They're
because
responsible for the economic situation
no,
that they're in for people that have to depend on that stuff.
Forecast.
They didn't build those
Forecast. That
projects.
don't answer the question, and then
How?
it get to the point because they don't. The question was who's responsible for selling the crack?
I just
Who?
told you. The same
So
people responsible for setting up the economic conditions to put that system in place. You know what I'm saying? Where
so
people
black.
had to
So what you're
resort to
saying is
everything.
black people is just so stupid that if white people give you something, you got to do it.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with stupid or smart. You could be the smartest person in the world. When you're hungry, you're gonna resort to things that you don't normally resort to, Bakari. Like when you don't got nowhere to go, you see your mama outside, you could be the smartest person in the world, but you're gonna be like, yo, I gotta do something to make sure my mama is good tonight. Come on, Bakari. They ain't got nothing to do
Man,
with
I
that.
knew dudes that sold crack to their mama. Shit.
You know, buying Jordans and
Yeah.
Mercedes, that ain't got nothing to do
In
with taking
the
care of your mother, though.
in the question that asked forecast, who is responsible for the selling of it in the
Black
neighborhood?
people.
Who is responsible for selling it? And I'm just because, and the only reason I asked that question is because it get to the point to where we don't want to hold ourselves responsible. We want to blame white. Didn't no white people pull that trigger and kill Malcolm X? That was black people. We just
Fact.
got to, regardless if they took money or not, black people squeeze the trigger. And if we don't accept responsibility for the role that we play,
Okay, so
it won't
Bakari,
ever change.
no, see, that's the thing. I'm not saying that coons don't hide. I said what is worse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all said they are worse and they should be taken out first. Now, let me ask you, if you would have took out those coons who shot Malcolm X, would the government still have done what they did and took them out?
But it would
I
have been
don't know what
harder.
the government. I don't know what the government would have
It would
done.
have been harder.
Yes, it would have been harder.
So, but they would have did it.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I can say they would have tried. They didn't succeed at everything that they tried at. That's the thing about it. When you didn't have black people willing to sell you out, they didn't succeed at killing every black person that they
Bakari,
tried
black
to
people was
kill.
always willing to sell you out. What are you talking about? It was always
No,
black people that was coons, Bakari.
I'm going to say it again. They didn't always succeed at trying to kill you. Just because they tried. I actually lived with a man who they tried from 68 to 86. They didn't. Oh, I can name 2 occasions. They don't always succeed when they try, but it make it easier. So when you ask me about Trayvon Martin, the murderer of Trayvon Martin, and name any coon, and I said it's whatever because the coon can take out more. The coon can take out your head. He gonna do more damage to black people than the murderer of Trayvon Martin. He gonna do more damage. Now the murderer of Trayvon Martin has been in jail. Even went to jail here in Fulton County, in Atlanta, in Fulton County. And they got a show talking about how tough Fulton County jail is. But then for some strange reason, we will say that's our military right there in jail. But the person who was going around bragging on murdering Trayvon Martin went into this supposedly extremely tough jail with supposedly what would be our military, and the military did nothing.
Yeah, because a lot of y'all, a lot of us is cooning, Bakari. You know what I'm saying?
As
We
you
don't got
got,
smoke for other people. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like y'all, like I said, like y'all only got smoke for the for black people. Y'all like that's never solved anything. We've only ever been like, yo, let's take out all the black people, and then when we do that, then you just rest on this stuff because you're never about taking out nobody else.
but forecast
Go ahead, bro.
the coon who set up Fred Hampton, that couldn't have been done without a coon. You know, other than that, they just go into the house on their own and kill. But see, they try to make it look like that's what it was. Just, oh man, surprise raid. And they got out of hand. These guys reached or whatever. But it was a planned targeted assassination set up by a coon agent. You know?
Okay, so it was a black person that did it, or it was he did it by himself, or
now white people
like I said,
him.
It couldn't have been done without the coon agent.
But white people kill him. I ain't gonna blame that on the black. White folks closed that trigger.
Yes, yeah, but come on, you already know it was the coon agent who got it on the inside and dedicated his life to infiltrating and bringing them down.
So now that we say all of this, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and let all of this stuff that y'all said, y'all done made all this. Now to cut yourself, right? Now all of this is like about black people doing stuff to black people and not to nobody else. Now y'all still hold to y'all answer that y'all would go after black people first?
The key word is first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think y'all would go after nobody else after that.
See, you changed it around too. You said black people. We're talking coons.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the coons. I'm saying the black people that are coons. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. I'm saying y'all would go after them first.
Yeah, right? The coon agents, they got to get it first,
and not the Europeans. So what's the difference between y'all and the other people who went after the black people and nobody else?
The difference is they go after us just because. You know, if we take care of a coon, we're doing that for a purpose because they're destroying most people. We just for their personal gain. We just can't have that.
Yeah, y'all don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all is
so you let them slide? That's what you're trying to say?
Oh no, I say I would go after George Zimmerman first because you know George Zimmerman is the one walking around. Y'all have all the smoke for the coons. Y'all go punch Tommy Sotomayor in the face and all of that. But George Zimmerman will walk around. Y'all won't punch him in the face.
George Zimmerman killed one man, and that was the end of that. But these coons,
how many men? Go ahead.
One man, but these coons, they affect people, thousands of people's lives, millions, or they kill key people that affect people's lives.
But then all the coons that y'all named was telling me about whole agencies that your enemy created. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't had to say nothing about the whole them. It was the one.
No, we did. I spoke on it. I said that they employed these people to do it, but the coon agents, they have the choice whether to do it or not. Now that guy that set up Fred Hampton, okay, they held some charges over his head, but he still had the decision. Okay, I'll do the time instead of cooning.
Okay, so y'all pretty much just blame the lower man and not the person in the head. You know, y'all in a mob, y'all go after the person who gets sent for the hit and not the person who sent the hit.
Let me explain why. It's because, again, it's about infiltration. the white man can't infiltrate the Black Panthers back then, being a white man trying to say, hey, I want to join the Black Panthers, and then try to get near the top and trying to tell them what's going on. You got to get a coon agent to do it, a black man. And if they don't do it, then the white man can't succeed in the way that he wants to succeed. He has to either kill, if he wants to kill, you got to kill him on the street, kill him out in the open. He can't do it in a sneaky way.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Cole. Is are Pan-Africans coons?
Oh yeah, that's my declaration now. Coon agents, all of them. Every Pan-African.
All right, Bakari is Aboriginal, Native American, Indian, whatever they call them. So are they coons? Bakari?
I think they're more of a damn fool. But yes, they coons because they hate other black folks.
That means no. That's no. That's a no.
So
yes, they do.
So
yes, they do, Bubba Corey. Yes, they do.
They hate other black folks.
Okay.
No, they don't.
So hardcore, would you take out every Pan-African before you take out like the government or something like that, or like just whoever?
Well, you don't have to take out every. You just got to take out a few key ones and make some an example, and others are tremble and fear. That's why coons run wild, because black people don't do anything to coons because they fear the white man and they disrespect the black man. But if coons started disappearing, then all of a sudden coons will say, God damn it, I may not be cooning today. I quit, white man.
Well, y'all only got smoke for the coon. We've been talking for the last hour. Y'all only been talking about other black people and stuff. What are y'all talking about? You only got smoke for white people. They got only smoke for black people.
Yeah, that's what the coons do. They only talk about black people.
All right, so Bakari, would you take out, since most of the Indian people are coons, would you take them out first?
Most of the Indian people coons. You know what? I ain't gonna be around on Indians. So no, I don't even know the Indians on reservations. I ain't going on reservations.
You know what I mean.
But these damn fools running around on social media, no, they ain't no threat to nothing but themselves.
Wait, they coons though, right?
No, they ain't no threat to nobody but themselves.
So they're
I've already said I think they more of a damn fool.
That's better than being a coon. Sure.
Okay, because you guys said, but I do think they cooning though. You know what I'm saying?
For the Indians, for the Indians on the reservation, they ain't no threat to nobody. Most of the Indians on the reservation drunk as hell. They ain't no threat to no damn body. They're a threat to themselves. Just like Billy Bowlegs descending on the panel right here. They ain't no threat to nobody.
All right.
You take out threats. You take out threats.
No, and y'all didn't say threats, because the biggest threat is the person who hired them, not the person who gets hired. I don't know what you talk about. Take out threats. What are you talking about? You just spent the whole time talking about the person who got sent. Not the biggest threat.
If they can't get a coon to do the job, then they got to do it themselves.
And they had no problem doing that.
Yeah, but they get the coon because it doesn't look like they did it.
Easier, right? Because it's easier to do that, right?
But if you can't get a coon, then it's a direct hit on them.
Before case, that's why you have to handle the coon. Because who can do more damage to black folks? I'm gonna go back to the question that you asked me. Who have the ability to infiltrate? Because when somebody says something about the Panthers, oh my God, that's the most integrated cooning group, and I don't even try to talk negative about them. That's the most integrated group sellout in history, but one of them anyway. But you ask me specifically, so I'm gonna ask you, who have the ability to hurt more black people? The murderer of Trayvon Martin, or a black coon who can come in, look like you, talk like you, act like you? Who have the ability to take out more black people? That one person or one black coon?
Well, the dude George Zimmerman took out more than the coon we was talking about. He took out more people than the coon, so I don't gotta speculate. I know who took out more people.
But you don't. You don't.
I don't.
No, how do you know? If the coon is out there setting people up to get shot, so how do you know who done took out the most?
What coon set somebody? What are you talking about? Somebody else to get shot down? You talking about because if you're talking about Malcolm X, right? You're talking about the coon who shot Malcolm X. You talking about him?
Well, okay, if you want to say Malcolm X, I wouldn't even talk about Malcolm X.
I know. I'll just give an example.
Okay, but watch this. But we do know that organization, black people from that organization, did way more harm to black people. Like, you ever heard of Abba Bivens?
Abba Bivens? Yeah, I heard of that.
Okay, do you know what happened to him?
He got killed or something, right?
Look and see who beat him to death. So
right,
that's 2-1. So now
okay.
I'm going to say it again.
Now, okay, now you're saying
No. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait.
All right, I'm gonna let you go ahead, then I'll answer
So
it.
which one have the ability to hurt more black folk? The coon who gonna sell you out, or Trayvon Martin? Which one have the ability to take out more black folk?
Now, like I'm gonna steal y'all answer, like y'all was ducking around. It depends on which coon, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're talking about the coon that took out
You
Malcolm,
just named some coons, and I
I'm
rolled with that.
tell
Now
you.
you
Let
looking
me
for a
answer it,
different
because let me answer it. Because if you're talking about Malcolm X situation, I'm gonna say the government has the more power than one person to take out one person, because they have taken out more person. If you're talking about Trayvon Martin, I'm gonna say Tommy Sotomayor, who hasn't taken out no black person, and compared to him. So yeah, I'm gonna say the other person has more power.
Okay, so the murderer of Trayvon Martin have less power than I just told you. It's 2-1. I'm not ready. It's
No,
2-1.
No, more power.
I just said it's 2-1.
2-1 what?
You said you know which one have taken out the most, and I didn't even use that organization. You used that organization.
You said pick one, right? I'm gonna do just
I
like
know,
y'all did.
but then,
You said
but
pick
watch
one,
this.
right?
But
You said pick
then,
one. Now you
so
see how
now,
y'all won't answer my question?
but now, forecast. Let me show you what you did, right? So then you went from Trayvon Martin to the government, the murderer of Trayvon Martin to the government. No, we weren't talking about the government. Now we can say the government paid somebody to do something with the NOI, since that's the organization we talking about. Where the proof at that the government paid them? I'll wait. Other than just saying it and it being a conspiracy, where's the proof that the government paid them to do Abba Bivens?
So now you're saying the government had nothing to do with Malcolm X.
To do Abba Bivens. And see, do you ever listen to anybody that was ever in the NOI around that time? You ever heard of Leon Muhammad? Either one of y'all ever heard of Leon Muhammad?
No.
So if you ever look up Leon Muhammad, who was once a captain in the NOI, listen to him and see and ask him why he left the NOI when he talk about that old 1-2 is what they call him now. And ask him, listen to him talk about if it was the government or if it was the ministers in the NOI.
I don't know about that.
I know that's why I asked you. I'm telling you, you can find talking about it.
Because you just switched the whole thing, because you just said the Abba Bivens. I don't know, but you telling me that they just did it on their own. It wasn't no whatever.
I'm just only thing I can tell you is what somebody who was in an organization at the time said.
And I'm
that's
asking
all I'm saying.
I'm asking you. So you telling me
that's who I'm repeating.
I know. I'm asking you. I'm trying to be clear. So you just telling me that it was just black people who did it. It wasn't nobody else.
According to a guy who was a captain in the nation at the time. Yes, according to him.
Now, okay, so you're talking about the Nation of Islam. Who has more power? The Nation of Islam? Are you comparing the Nation of Islam to George Zimmerman? Or are you comparing them to one person in the Nation of Islam to George Zimmerman?
You can ask the question, but you don't want to admit.
Because the question was, who is more dangerous? That's what you're asking me. Or who could kill more people? And I told you, a nation, because when you're talking about a nation, a real nation can take out more people than the Nation of Islam.
But that ain't no real nation. That's not a real nation.
I know it's not, because a real nation would be able to do that. The people who hire that nation is able to take out more people than the Nation of Islam. And that was my answer then.
And once again, like I said, I'm going to talk about a person who was a captain at the time who said nobody did any hiring. See, the reason when people say that, and the reason.
But you're talking about the Nation of Islam. You talking about a specific person who did that in the Nation of Islam, Bukhari? You talking about a Nation of Islam?
I'm talking about a specific person who called for the murder.
Okay. And they're
And
more
I'm just,
dangerous. And they're more dangerous than George Zimmerman.
yeah.
Okay. And that person got like that person was like they did it for sure. Because I don't know. Because I don't know.
I'm only going. What the matter of fact, you can find the leader of the nation right now, his speech on YouTube. You can find the speech on YouTube. You can see in a newspaper before Malcolm was ever murdered, with them cutting his head off in the newspaper and it rolling down the street. What I'm saying is, forecasting, I'm gonna say it again. You asked about Trayvon Martin, murderer, in a corner. I'm gonna say it again. Which one have the ability to take out more black? That's the one I'm gonna take out. The one that have the ability to take out more black people. We can't make it okay for black people to do this and constantly point fingers and say, well, somebody paid them. If they can't get close to you and blend in with you to do all that, can't nobody even pay them to do it.
But nobody said it was okay, Bukhari. The question was who could take out more people. The people who paid the Nation of Islam could take out more people, and that's unless you're telling me that the Nation of Islam could take out more people, more of us.
I just told you what Leon.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm telling you. Leon Muhammad.
But you just said what you're saying two different things because you're telling me about.
What I said was Leon Muhammad said nobody paid them.
But you just said, who are you going to take out? The people who paid you. You know what I'm saying?
I said the people. Forecast. You want to win so bad, but you confusing yourself.
I'm not confusing myself. I'm hearing
yes,
what you're
you are.
saying.
You tongue tied right now.
No, because you're talking about two different things. You're talking about when Malcolm X got, or when they did that and they got paid for it, and you're talking about the brother Ali Bibbin. And like I said, I can't tell you specifics on that case. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can't say about his case in specific. But when you're telling me who has more power, it's still going to be the same thing unless you're telling me the Nation of Islam, because you're talking about a whole Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Compared to one person. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? That person can, George Zimmerman can kill a black person and get off with it. And if that person would have got charged, unless they was funded by somebody else who has more power than him, you know what I'm saying, who could take out more people than him, I mean, it's still the same thing. Like, you beating around the bush, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not beating around the bush. No, I'm not beating around the bush. Man, you got to understand war. When you at war, that's what's gonna happen.
Y'all definition of coon is the person who would rather go after a black person than a white person. And then when I asked y'all, would you rather go after a white person or a black? Oh, I'd rather go after the black person is way more than. Then I said,
but
well,
that's not the question that you asked me.
And then y'all said, well, we should take out the coon first.
But that's not the question you asked me.
I asked y'all a series of questions.
No. You asked me a specific question. You asked me about the murderer of Trayvon Martin, then a coon. And I said it's according to which coon, because some coon they gonna blend in, and they have the ability. I know exactly what I said, and they have
you
the
danced around the
ability.
question. It depends on which coon. Then when I said it,
And
no, you can't say that. I can't do that.
Yes,
I got
because it's depend on which. Because some coons are useful. I don't think all coons. I think some coon coon without knowing it. I've said that 1,000 times. Some people unwittingly coons. They listen to certain things and follow certain things and don't even understand that they're cooning.
Let me ask you this, Bakari: are black people, whether they're Black Americans or not, trying to put down and shoot down and dismiss and any talk of reparations? You think that's cooning, or should they just leave it alone if they don't want to speak positively of it?
No, I don't think it's cooning, because I don't talk about reparations at all, because I don't think the shit gonna ever happen.
Right. So if you don't think it's going to happen, do you think it's cooning if you're constantly putting it down over the air as opposed to just not talking about it?
Nah, I wouldn't say that's how are they putting it down? They're calling you stupid for going after reparations.
And some people outright say you don't deserve reparations, stop begging and all this kind of shit, knowing damn well that if they pass a reparations bill, we get $10 million a piece, they're going to be first in line to get that check.
Well, shit, man, I guess I'm a coon, because I say black folks need to stop begging. I say black folks need to stop worrying about reparations. I say these people kicked your ass and
that's
did
cooning.
all this. Okay, good. But they kick your ass and they did all that shit to you. Now we're gonna turn around and ask them for some money. Anything you want. If somebody took some from you, shit, begging them for it back, help me get equal to y'all. To me, that don't make sense. I'm just being honest. Because I don't see that happening.
Right. So that's the thing. If somebody's helping you to get something, why speak against it instead of just, don't say anything about it? It's like if you got a best friend and you say, "Hey man, I'm a rapper, man, I got me some hot shit." And then you hear it, then you're like, "Man," you saying to yourself, "That shit is corny," but you ain't gonna say it to him because
Okay. No, I wouldn't say that to my friend. I'm like, man, we can do this. But let me ask you a question, Alquan, for all the so-called people that was already here, so-called Cherokees, and I heard somebody say there was a Redfoot and a Choctaw. I ain't never heard of them. But anyway, for all y'all folks that was on the reservation, why aren't y'all suing the reservation? Because actually, all the people that claiming they were on the reservation, do the United States owe you something, or is it the people on the reservation that owe you?
well, now you get into a different type of question. Again, the U.S. still owes us for the slavery and Jim Crow and all that kind of stuff up until today.
They owe you for Jim Crow? Oh,
yeah. So you keep listening to Tariq Nasheed, who says that's only for slavery. Hell with that, it's for the whole package.
Well, I don't listen to, look, I don't listen. I listened to Tariq Nasheed twice, ever.
I'll say that because you were like, oh, they owe you for Jim Crow. I'm like, the only person who's saying no is Tariq Nasheed.
Some people, I've heard some people gave me a video. I played that video because I thought he was punked by FWA, because white Americans dominate black Americans. White Americans also say they were always, I can introduce you to some of them who say they were always here and they kicked people ass and took it, and if they want it back, they can come take it. If you would like to meet some of them rednecks, I'll introduce you to some of them. What just asked a question in the chat, which makes sense. Were Indians Jim Crow?
Black people were.
But you say you're an Indian.
But we're not saying that we're not black. See, that's what you guys got to understand.
But were Indians Jim Crow? Because y'all was on the reservation, supposedly.
Yeah. Some were, some were not. Like part of my family is.
So which part of your family would the United States government owe?
All of us.
Oh, they owe all y'all. Well, somebody told me that I wouldn't get reparations because land is part of reparations, and my family still got over 4,000 acres.
Well, it depends on who draws up the reparations. As far as I'm concerned, if a black man is worth $50 billion and we get reparations, you still get reparations too, as far as I'm concerned.
So would I get reparations?
Well, it depends. I mean, if land is, if you could, I guess you could add on to it to the land if that's a part of the package deal. Why not?
Oh, I'm just saying what somebody told me, and he got a whole plan. I got his book, and I'm gonna do a show on his book. Matter of fact, he want to come in. He said a whole lot of stuff I didn't agree with, but hey, at least he said he wrote a plan, and he said the people on social media running around talking about cut the check. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't agree with a lot that he said, but at least he did sit down and take the time to write a plan.
And one lady on YouTube, she said, cut the check or else. I said, what's the or else? Then she wrote back and said, no vote, no reparations, no vote. I said, oh man, I said, that's the best you got to bargain with. I guess you ain't bargain.
So check this out, right? So I'm gonna watch this, right? So you can talk about reparations, right? That's waiting on white people to give you something, right? Y'all call it white supremacy. I don't, because it's something that hold up the system, and there's the white man that created this system and hold it up. But we'll call it white. Y'all call it white supremacy. I'm gonna say the white man, and they got their foot up y'all ass. Watch this. When was the last time anybody who asking for reparations drove past Arabs, East Indians, Orientals. When was the last time y'all drove past their stores on a daily basis and shop strictly black with everything that you can?
Shit, I know I do. When I can. Or if I can't find black, and I'm talking black American, because I consider Jamaican and African stores, that's foreign. That's foreign just like the rest of them. If I can't find what I believe is the black American store, then I go with the white man instead over them. I'm sorry.
And you really do have the nerve to call somebody a coon.
And by the way, Alcorn and Bakari would take each other out because they feel like each other coon before they would George Green. By the way, even though they disagree on one subject.
Watch
so
this.
I'm gonna stay out of it though. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and
No, I wouldn't.
coon.
Want me to tell you why? Want me to tell you why I wouldn't? Because hard cold don't have the heart or the ability to take out nobody.
You don't know me.
Hey,
Bakari, I hear you talk.
Is hardcore a coon, Bakari?
Yes.
Alcorn is Bakari a coon?
Yeah, from his talks in the past, he's definitely a coon, but I didn't really want to say it. But and he still supports Brandon, who's a mega coon at this point.
Okay,
a mega coon.
So pretty much,
I don't agree.
Based off y'all conversation, y'all would take each other out, even though y'all only really disagree on one damn thing. Because coons is the way worse now. Coons, no, both of y'all is way worse than the white man.
He wanna get me so bad.
He gonna get you so bad, brother Bakari.
Y'all write this yourself.
You know, in that case, I think Forecast might be right on that one.
So what I said,
right.
Again,
you see that
hard cold ain't gonna take. He don't have the heart or the ability to take anyone out.
I always laugh with people who don't know me, think they know me.
It's not the fact that what I think. I'm just saying. This is what I know, and I ain't never even seen you.
But you don't know.
Yeah, I do. You ain't
you don't.
For this. And it's
What
okay. Everybody have their own role.
I didn't mean to start nothing between y'all like that.
If people think I'm weak because of my voice, that's what they go by, the voice.
They go by your voice. Hardcore. They go by your voice. Hardcore.
Yeah, I admit my voice is weak and ain't strong, but goddamn it, you see me in person, you're gonna tremble in fear. I can guarantee you that. That's a different story.
Tyrone just called me a Mr. Sambo.
Yeah, you have been talking a lot of cool stuff over the past year, though. I gotta admit, man.
Hey, look, you know what? And that's okay if people feel me talking about black men and black people taking responsibility for themselves. We need to control our community. We the resource in this country.
Because you've been defending white people.
How? Explain how.
Shit, I think you said you had some white friends, right?
Me, I say I have some rednecks that I deal with on a damn near daily basis in business. Damn sure do.
Yeah.
I damn sure do, but the word friend didn't come out of my mouth. But I do have some that I deal with when it comes to business.
Mr. Untouchable. My man keep running his mouth. See, these Caribbeans, these UK people, man, they always stay in our business causing havoc.
Do it. Okay, so are you Alcon, let me ask you this. Are you closer to like Caribbeans or Italians?
You talking about neighborhood wise?
No, like I'm saying, like, are they like closer to you? Like, yo, you said Italians are black too, right? So
I'm not close to either one, but who I guess if you could say who I might run into more in my daily life is probably Italians.
Okay.
Especially if I go get a pizza.
Stop eating pizza. Oh, my bad, because you ain't gonna eat no Jamaican food.
Matter of fact, I just bought me a box of beef patties from BJ's. It's in the freezer.
So now do y'all? No, I was about to say. So now y'all see why I'm not as hard on the coon, because like Alcorn, he got nothing but smoke for black people. Bakari, he got smoke for black people. You know
how do
I don't know how.
Okay, just fix his mouth to say anything. Hey, 4K, look what Tyrone said about me. Now he say I got clan acquaintance. Hey, but you know, hey, look, Tyrone, I bet you scared of the clan, ain't you? You too, you too ain't your hard code.
Hell no, I ain't scared of no goddamn Klan. I slapped the shit out of a Klan, man. That's
Hey,
unlike you
I'm
people. Unlike you people.
gonna tell you one of the craziest things. When I was driving 18 wheelers for this company, right? And I'm gonna be honest. Now these some dangerous coons, but they ain't know they were cooning and dangerous, right? Like we riding going through Georgia and Alabama, but we doing deliveries to these stores 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Man, we going to these little bitty towns, 5,000 people, not one black person. I'm like, dude, you ain't got no gun. And I forgot, I didn't forget, but you don't supposed to have no gun in on 18-wheeler, right? That's against the rules, which is stupid to me. But anyway, no, man, that's against, you ain't got your gun, do you? I could tell the way he said it if I would have said, yeah. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't bringing it with me, but shit, I had my gun on my side. I said, man, you comfortable out here with this shit at 3 o'clock in the morning? Oh, man, these some nice people, man. They ain't gonna do nothing to you, man. I'm like, shit, I know they ain't gonna do nothing to me, but they might get you. This is what I'm saying to myself, because you ain't got nothing. I have no idea how we are so comfortable. Then you go there in the daytime and you see, we went to this one town, there was like 10,000 people. And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever seen a black person stay in his place, go in them damn mountains in them little towns where there's one black person. Oh my goodness. And they have the fattest white woman in the United States as their girlfriend. But I'm talking about, these black folks I was driving these trucks with were so comfortable. We go in this one town, up in the mountains. Even the white folks scared to go to the mountains. These black, man.
Yeah, you guys only doing it because you got to.
Yeah, no, but look what this dude's saying though. Yeah, that's why I was doing it, because the job had sent me there, right? So, but look what the guy who I'm riding with. No, man. See, they ain't against us. They just against the government. See, they got their own flag. They got their own town. Dude, ain't no black people out there. Yeah, I know, but I don't even worry about that black stuff like that. I'm like, all right, man. I say, dude, all right, shit, man. Like, look, the black folks didn't like.
You should have told them, hey, man, why don't you wait right here for a second? Let me go get some food. I'll be right back.
Hey, I don't know how they can be so comfortable. I have no idea how they were so
What's up, Erica?
comfortable. I ain't spoke to everybody in the chat. What's up? I'm gonna tell you, in that situation right there, they were so they can get folks hurt, bro.
Yeah, that's why you can't hang around the scared street, man. I learned that lesson the hard way.
I'm like, what the hell wrong with these people? Seeing you out there,
but you never know who's scared straight for real until something goes down, though.
And then the one dude gonna tell you, yeah, man, one night about 4 o'clock in the morning, I saw the shadow, like he was trying to come up on my truck. So I just screamed, "What you doing?" And they turned and run off. I'm like, dude,
that's crazy. You trying to steal something. That's crazy.
He was gonna do more than steal something. We had to been by and say that. I'm like, man, shit, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I was delivering to like restaurants and stuff. And, and you was getting there 3, 4 o'clock in the morning starting so you can get off early. Man, shit. I was like, dude, I wasn't comfortable doing that. So man, you gonna what do you say? You gonna keep your backpack on while you unload this stuff? Yep. My gun was in my backpack. I said, yeah, I'm gonna keep my backpack on. I had a little pocket on the side. I could just reach and grab it. I wouldn't. So then I talked to this other brother. Me and him rode together one day. He was like, man, I ain't comfortable with this shit. He said, I got my knife and my gun with me every time. Yeah, I don't know, man, but it was too many black, just so comfortable.
Yeah, because apparently, according to y'all, there's only like trouble around other black people, and the white people is cool, according to y'all. All right, before we get out of here, let me.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. I've been dozing off, man. I've been sleeping.
My whoop forecast again. He always lose, Mr. Erica. You missed it.
You missed it. My cousin was had Harco and Bakari agreed, and they ate it together. So. And Tyron, before I go, Tyron, let me say this.
I'm about to go to sleep, man. I'm about to call it tonight. I'm tired.
All right, Rashid.
All right.
Salute, Tyron. Y'all. Salute, chat.
Peace. I know you're not black, you Tyron. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But let me say this. Your boy Harco, he said the stuff that you was doing last time when you came on the channel was kind of cooning, you know what I'm saying? So he would be at that next too.
I ain't hear none of that. So I don't know. I don't know what it was.
You said the person. Well, you even though y'all just did it the whole time on here, y'all just said the when black people go at other black people, that's cooning. You know what I'm saying? If they, and especially if they only go after black people, they cooning. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't.
Yeah, like Brandon, Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. That guy, that's definitely
Why
cool.
y'all like to call people names when they ain't even here to defend
I know. I called him a name when he is there.
Well, I'm talking to you and I'm talking Bakari and Hardcore. I'm saying they was living on here cooning all night, just saying how all the black man is worse than the white man and all this other crazy
my
stuff.
God.
You know?
Well, forecast just make stuff up. Come.
Y'all ain't say that.
Hey, Tyrone, it's them Muskogee Creek, whatever. Them Redfoots, them Choctaws, they gonna give you some reparations.
The same one that's gonna give us reparations is the white man.
Why y'all ain't on the reservation? Matter of fact, why the hell y'all ain't on the reservation getting under this damn casino mile?
Yeah, that's right. Brandon called us bucks, and he called us more dangerous. He said we're the killers, we're the criminals, but everybody else is peaceful of it.
Okay, why? But that didn't answer the question. Why y'all ain't on the reservation getting that casino money?
Shit, that's a different tribe with the casinos. That's why.
What tribe you in?
Muncie.
Ain't no such tribe as no damn What tribe you in?
Muncie tribe.
Ain't no tribe called Muncie tribe.
Okay, well you don't know the deal. Which tribe are you in? Crickets.
I'm not from the reservation.
No, you're African tribe.
Yeah, stupid.
I can say Wolof. My name is Ali.
Okay, I know you could say. What is it?
Shh. I'm Igbo. My name is Ikenna. I'm Ashanti. My name is Tofu.
You can't be all these different tribes.
Would you like me to speak? Say something to you in Wolof Nagaduff. Now you say something to me in Redfoot.
Come on, you come
say something to you. Want me to say something to you in Swahili? Imani,
I know you're gonna say Swahili. I know what's next. You're gonna talk ancient Egyptian, Hotep, right?
Now you say something to me. Now you say something to me in Redfoot, Blackfoot, Choctaw, Muskie. I know Tyrone know the same word I know. He learned it from the same white man I learned it from. John Wayne. How? That means hello. But say something in the language. Say one word.
Why don't you show me your cousin in Africa?
That's what I thought. You cannot say
That's what I mean. See, it's the same routine all the time. We ask you questions, you refuse to answer because you can't, but you keep trying to press us to answer stuff that doesn't really matter.
I asked you to say. I said a word.
Tyron's in the chat. He's saying words right there. There you go.
I said you say a word.
No, I ain't supposed to be a linguist.
Tyrone say he never say a how. In a God, because God probably sleep because he got to work in the morning. He said, "Hey, in whatever one of them, how we man that shit come from the cowboy movies."
Come on.
And you telling me y'all two ain't on here cooning right now.
That shit come from the cowboy movies.
Yeah, well, Bakari's definitely cooning though. You're definitely right about that.
You too.
Not me.
How am I cooning?
Shit, my man, my man hate the realities of black people, man.
Both of y'all just sitting here only talking about how bad other black people are. Though I haven't heard nothing about nobody else. That's
I
all
didn't say nothing about how bad they are. They're just making up stuff.
And he keeps defending Brandon, who keeps praising the white man, just like Tariq Nasheed praises the white man, hates on black people.
I'm not. I haven't defended anyone, but what I will defend Brandon. But Brandon can defend himself. Me and Brandon don't agree.
But can you defend it though? That's the question.
Me and Brandon don't agree on everything.
But you still donate. You still donate to him. You still go on the show. You still watch him. You still want to affiliate with the coon.
He donate to me. See,
I donated to you.
Me and Afro Think Tank, we don't agree on everything, but me and Afro Think Tank still cool. Me and you, see, it's hard to see you hate a part of me.
No. Don't say hate.
Because see, I know where my ancestors come from. So When you so that means you hate that part of me.
I didn't see the words in my mouth. I never say you never hear the word come out of my mouth.
You right, the word hate didn't come out your mouth, Hardcore. But me and Hardcore don't agree on everything. But Hardcore can't deal with me because I'm paying African. I don't have an
No, I could deal with you.
I don't have
You
a
can't
problem.
deal with me.
Watch this. I look, you know what? I always promote and support black businesses. Guess what? Never come up. I don't never ask nobody, man, are you FBA? Are you ADOS? Are you Black American?
Yeah, because you just think everybody that has
I don't ever
black is black.
I don't ever ask anybody that. I support my people. So those words, see, that don't matter to me. See, that's why
but because you think you're supporting the cause, but you're not supporting the cause. You're supporting an imaginary cause.
Well, okay, what make it imaginary to who?
Because if you go to, like, let's say Ethiopian business or some other type
all
of
the time.
I'm just saying, let's say you think, okay, I'm handing my money to a black brotherhood and they're going to reinvest in black people. They're just investing in themselves. They don't get.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you have any kids? You ain't got to answer that because
Yes, I do.
Because I ain't trying to talk. I was just asking. So watch this, right? So how many black businesses? Because you younger than me. I'm 50, so I got older kids, right? So you say I'm not supporting the cause. I bet you right now.
No. I said the what you call black businesses. They're not supporting the cause.
Okay, that's what you say. So I'm gonna say it again. I bet you I can go to those Ethiopia business, and I know because I have anything that I need, any donations that I need, I can go to those Ethiopian businesses when I have time and show them what I can go to those Nigerian businesses where I go eat Nigerian food, and I can tell them this is what we're doing, and guess what? That's what they'll do. They're saying, matter of fact, when I said they needed water in Jackson, Mississippi, I went to them and they helped donate to black businesses that I support. Now watch this. I know you may not vote, but just be honest. You say black American, so I'm gonna use this term for the sake of this conversation. What political party do black Americans normally vote for? Let's be honest. Democrat, right? So since you don't deal with people from the continent of Africa, I do. Why do
what do you so you got to stop assuming. Don't say I don't deal.
Wait a minute. So why do you think people from the continent of Africa vote Democrat? Black people from Africa. Why do you think they vote Democrat? Or you never asked them?
Actually, I never really see them or even know about their voting at all, to be honest with you.
You see, because I have a lot of African friends, so I ask these questions. Do you know why they vote Democrat? See, when people talk about
Africans, I knew a lot of Africans even dated a few, and they never even talked politics.
So I'm finna tell you, right, why they vote.
And they never voted.
I'm finna tell you why they vote Democrat. So the ones that vote, the reason they vote Democrat because they say that's what African Americans are, to make you feel good. The Niji, Black America. It's a whole lot of things y'all call yourself, but you know who I'm talking about.
Well, you just named them
because
tribes.
because that's who they vote for. So when we come here, we support.
That's that's bullshit. Like I said, my experience is.
Wait a minute. How you gonna tell me, man? I got a whole African cultural festival on my damn thing, and I can say you can hear the tribes. Matter of fact, the Africans that black people talk about that come here and against them, you can hear the chief of the tribes sit there and talk about how they are against those African people too. See, dude, I have a whole lot of Africans. I have a lot of African friends that I deal with. I have black friends from everywhere. Black friends, a whole lot of black folks I grew up with from here. Have black friends from the islands. I have black friends from the continent. And when we had the African Culture Festival, all these people came together. Not that just lived in the United States, flew in from Brazil, flew in from Ethiopia, flew in from Egypt. All these people.
Egypt?
In all, see, you can say ancient Egypt if you choose.
No, I said ancient. I just said Egypt.
Yes, some flew in from Egypt. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you consider them black?
There's still black people in Egypt. You ever seen Mustafa Hefner?
I'm saying that you still consider Egyptians black, right? North Africans.
Yes,
because you know, because of people like me, I got Afro Think Tank always talking about North Africans now.
Well, I'm talking about me. See, there you go, talking about somebody else. But the point that I'm making, the Africans that most black people from the United States complain about, the Africans from the continent complain about them too, because they done sold them out. When they say you supposed to come and pay homage. So the point I'm making is they say they vote Democrat because that's what African Americans vote. And if that's what they feel, they're sticking with you. So that's
Well,
why
most Africans I ever met don't talk about politics, American politics, and they don't even vote. And half of them couldn't vote if they wanted to. And let me ask you this: can a person who is a conservative, do you think they could be a Pan-African? Be honest.
if people consider themselves conservative, can they be Pan-African? Yeah.
Right. But how does that work?
Well, you know what? Because I won't consider myself conservative, liberal, or none of that. You understand? I'm just black, and I'm gonna vote for what black people can benefit.
I wasn't really asking about you though. I was asking, can somebody who is conservative be a Pan-African?
If they agree with some of those conservative views.
See, my man, it's like you think that if I ask you, do you believe in the Bible? I'm not asking you, do you believe in one passage of the Bible? I'm asking you, do you believe in the Bible? So what I'm asking you is, can a conservative be a Pan-African?
I've already answered that question.
Hey, I will answer that question. I say yes.
I've already answered it.
How is that? You know what a conservative is?
You tell me, because I asked white conservatives what the hell a conservative is. They couldn't even tell me.
Well, it's just basically you just want the government to be out of your business. You know what I'm saying?
Well, apparently nobody's a conservative because the government is even more overbearing.
Oh yeah, I agree. If you look at the definition of Republican, how actual, I'm talking about the white boys, Republicans practice. They believe in Republican means you want a smaller government, but they don't want that though. That's not.
Here's what I spoke to Mark Levine, that so-called conservative TV radio host, about this, because I asked him what the hell a conservative was. He made sure to state that a conservative is different and is not a Republican. That's what he made sure to tell me.
Right. A conservative is someone who doesn't, they want to have their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't want people in their own business. A Republican is somebody who doesn't want a large government, you know what I'm saying, to making a whole bunch of laws. But a conservative, like, especially with business, you know what I'm saying, you don't want somebody all in your business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not giving the right definition. I could read the definition.
I don't think you understood.
Are you a conservative, Alquan?
Nah, I lean closer to a conservative, but a black man really can't be a conservative.
I think
if you are, you're coon.
I think if black people really look at their views, most black people lean closer to conservative.
Yeah, closer to, but you can't be a full one, because then the question becomes, how much do you want to conserve? Because you want to conserve to the point that you put the chains back on you.
No, conservative is like, yo, you want one is somebody who is averse to change and holds traditional values. You know what I'm saying? That's one definition.
But here's the thing, Forecast. Mark Levine, the popular conservative radio host.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He could not answer me and tell me what a conservative was. The only thing he could say is that a Republican is not always a conservative, and a conservative does not mean that you're a Republican. Those are the only things he can make clear.
Yo, but that dude, he's kind of full of it. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Mark Levine. I listen to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was attracted to him because my man, when he starts that screen and yelling, I get a kick out of that shit.
Yo, I ain't quite. It is entertaining. He is good at what he does. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the other definition is a person favoring free enterprise, private ownership. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely want, like, if I start a business, I don't want them telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Or telling me how to run my business, or telling me I can't do it this way or this way. You know what I'm saying?
But when the conservatives take over, nothing changes, does it?
No, because their definition is different. Like, the definition of Republican is ones who believe in small government, but a Republican, if we start talking about having guns, they'll be like, no, we want them to stop gun laws. You know what I'm saying?
When Republicans take over, supposedly, do you get less government or the same?
You say that one more time.
I said, when Republicans take over, do you get less government or the same?
Oh, it's the same. Their definition is not the actual. The way they practice it is not the actual definition. You know.
Right, because it's all bullshit. That's why.
Right. So, but let me say this before we get out of here, because we got to get out of here.
Yeah. I see my man falling asleep. So.
Yeah, yo, with the capitalism thing, because yo, Tyron brought this up last time. You still up, Bakari?
Yeah, I'm listening to y'all trying to explain. I'm listening to you trying to explain to Alquan what conservative is. You know, he was stumped, man. You can't explain.
Yeah, because they can't. The conservatives can't explain it. I guarantee you, ask any conservative, especially a white one, what a conservative is. They can't answer. If Mark Levine can't answer it, nobody can.
Yeah, I would say Mark Levine is their
Well,
spokesperson.
the forecast just answered it, Alquan.
Nah, I see. He did what I did with Mark Levine. He gave me what he thinks it is based on what they've been talking about. But see, when you ask them what it is, they can't tell you.
Yeah, I can front like Mark Levine is full of BS. You know what I'm saying? But he's their spokesperson though. They go to him. But yo, let me because Tyron brought up last time capitalism. So let me Alquan, I want you to hear what you got to say. I know you say you can't be a capitalist and a Pan-Africanist.
You can't be a conservative and a Pan-Africanist.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know, traditionally, people who are Pan-Africanists, they always go against the capitalist system. They always say that's the system that has to go. It exploits the African.
Yeah, I agree. And they also say power to all the people. I don't agree with that crap either. You know what I'm saying?
Pan-Africans don't say that. Stop putting other people words in Pan-Africans mouth. Pan-Africans don't say no power to no other people. And Pan-Africans was never against what Pan-African was against capitalism. I'll wait.
Like the Black Panthers in them, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't Pan-African.
Well, the new ones definitely supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not like for me, I wouldn't limit it to Pan-Africanism because like yo, there's a lot of black people that like yo, capitalism is the devil type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now our hardcore
Pan-African, but you can't put that in Pan-Africans' mouth at all. Because Pan-Africans don't say that. You can't just say I won't limit it to them. No, Pan-African shit.
Nah, I ain't gonna front Bakari. Now it's Pan-Africans, not Pan-Africans. It's black people in general. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't act like it's not Pan-Africans that don't say that. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you a brother right now.
Which
you know
one?
What I'm saying? I'm not gonna say his name on here.
That's why African countries went commie, because they didn't believe in the capitalist system. They thought the communist system would help them out more.
Yeah, but Harco, don't you think that capitalism is the same thing too though?
Is what?
Is like negative or like the devil or whatever they be trying to say?
Well, I always say this: if you are one who's able to capitalize, then you love it. If you're on the receiving end, then you don't love it.
Alquan and Tyron, who in the chat just typing a whole bunch of dumb stuff, they can't love it because them Indians done capitalized, and the ones on the reservation, they done capitalized. The ones running around claiming to be ain't got a damn thing.
Well, your man Brandon, he definitely capitalizes and exploits the African. He said it out of his own mouth. He said, "I have them work for me, and I get paid, and I also get sex out of the females in Africa because I got a harem in Africa, and my wife in the United States." He said that out of his own mouth.
Yo, Alquan, I listened to your. Yo, I listened to your last show, Alquan. I ain't get on there because I can't speak for those other brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I can't really speak for those other brothers. But I was listening to your last show. You know what I'm saying? Now I did see you say you can't be a capitalist and a Pan-Africanist at the same time, though. Or it's a negative thing, or that's the way you was portraying it on your show from a listener. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I mean, the man said he's there for Pan-Africanism to help the African, not to capitalize off the African.
Okay, so if I was to do like yo, I'll be like, yo, I'm a capitalist. I'm gonna do something for black people down in Alabama or something. Would that be me capitalizing on black people down in Alabama or trying to create economic opportunities for all of us?
Well, if you said that specific thing, you could do that. But if you come around talking that we're all equal, we're all black, we got to be together and all that kind of shit, and then you go exploit the people, now you're a hypocrite.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Alquan. So the people that started Walmart, was he a capitalist?
Yeah.
So did he capitalize off the people that worked for free to help him get it started?
Well, I'll tell you this: a lot of businesses and corporations in this country got started from free labor.
Okay,
And
but
that's
I was
why,
talking
that's
about
why, that's why the system is the way it is now.
okay, but we talking about Walmart right now. You ain't answered the question. So I'm gonna show you how capitalism works. Did he capitalize? Yes, he capitalized. But also the people that came in and put in work, they capitalized. That's why for a very long time, Bentonville, Arkansas,
They didn't capitalize.
Bentonville, Arkansas had more millionaires per square mile than New York, Miami, or LA at one time.
Well,
the younger people start moving away because that's the home of Arkansas, and people went out there and they believed in what he said and shit. And look at Walmart now. So, and what he did was, okay, so now when I make it, we all make it, and people believed in it. So everybody capitalized. No, they didn't get as much as.
Oh, so you're saying the Walmart workers are making it too?
They didn't. He didn't get as much as. They didn't get as much as him, but they became millionaires. Yes, a lot. Yes, some Walmart workers are making out. You know what? I got a friend that been at Walmart for so long, and Lord knows I wish she understood stock. And I used to tell her, stop taking your money every goddamn year to go buy some expensive shit. Stop that. I say, because when it's time to retire, I'm gonna be on right now. She probably would have. Right now, she would probably have close to $1 million. But every year she would take her damn, she would get her money and then go start over every year. But yeah, so some Walmart workers are making it.
But let's be real. Let's be real, man. You know damn well the vast majority of Walmart workers are barely making it.
The vast majority barely make, but the ones that choose to stay get that stock and they have money. I'm just being honest. They do. It's not come on. They do.
Walmart, matter of fact, one of the Walmart people, they're about to buy the Broncos. If they didn't buy it already. I think it's $4 billion, $4.6 billion. So I bet you a Walmart employee can't do that.
Can't do what?
Buy the Broncos.
Probably can. I know people that out here working, entrepreneurs working for themselves, making deep money, can't do that.
Right. But what do you think about this man going to Africa, exploiting the workers and claiming that?
Long as he paying them long as he paying them a wage and they able to make it. And
But he didn't say what the wage was, but he tried to say that 6 Kenyan shillings equals $1 American dollar when it's 117. That equals $1. So,
like I said, man, as far as I know, what OAP doing in Kenya is a great thing. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you just like you told Forecast about Tyron on that video. I ain't hear it, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, Brandon told us what he was doing in Kenya. He said that he has Airbnb, and he had to complain about paying them even when there's no business. And he says he has 2 wives that he's hitting on a regular basis when he goes out there.
That's between Brandon and all his wives. I ain't got nothing to do with Brandon messing with.
Okay, you don't have to. But check it out, though.
I don't talk about nobody. Nope, I ain't getting in that right there. Nope,
I get you, but would you not? But would you not agree that that is exploitation in the exact same way that a European would exploit the African when he goes there?
I wouldn't say Brandon is exploiting Kenyans.
Why not? It's a one-way street. It ain't two-way street.
People making a living, but like I said, man, I'm gonna tell you just like you told Forecast, man. I ain't here. I got.
See, man, you can't put the coon down, but you say that you're against coons.
You do. You ain't put your boy down, Tyron down.
He cooning.
He was last time he came over here.
Oh, I missed that one. I doubt if he coon because I ain't catch him one time slipping and cooning on my show. No time.
Well, I said, what you think about this white dude taking all this money? Because nobody even mentioned this before. I haven't heard nobody else mention it. That was taking all this money from these Buffalo victims, black people, black Americans. He was like, well, Tariq Nasheed took one. This dude took $3 million. Well, Tariq Nasheed this, Tariq Nasheed that. And you said the definition of cooning is to say, oh, well, I can only focus on black. You said
but when you asked me that question, I think you asked me which is worse, the white man
Right.
you say?
And you said Tehran is worse.
But no, what'd you say? You said the white man taking 3 million or 1 million or something. Which one? How'd you phrase that question?
Well, which I was asking y'all which was worse, the coon or whatever. But the white dude got $3 million scamming from these victims, and Tariq and she got 1 million. But y'all only got smoke for Tariq. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about the
I
white
don't think
boy.
you. But when you asked me the question, I don't think you mentioned Tariq Nasheed's name though.
No, I ain't asked you that. No. But I'm saying you was just saying like how Bakari gives the coon a pass and you gave your boy Tyron the pass. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, well, that's a different situation. We're talking about a guy who, and Mr. Untouchable says, leave Brandon alone. Stop lying on that man. See, I think he's an instigator. He said it out of his own mouth. He volunteered the information. He said that he's a capitalist and he's capitalizing off of the African and making money.
What's wrong with a capitalist? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Well, see, there's always the commies against the capitalists, and the pro-blacks always hated the capitalists.
You a communist?
No, well, I mean, you got a lot of black people you hear calling each other comrade these days. That's communist talk. But what I'm saying is, he's supposed to be a Pan-Africanist. So how is exploiting the African helping the African? Because all you're doing is doing the same thing that the Lebanese, that the white man, and the Chinese do when they go to Africa. Motherfucker, get the bags, cook the food, and you two females over there, when I'm done and in the mood, I'm coming through, and I'm gonna rock the house with you. That's all you people are good for when I come to your land. There is no Pan-African here. I come here. I'm the boss. That's Brandon.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, are you a capitalist, Alquan?
Like I said, if you're able to capitalize, then you're feeling good about being on that side. If you're not, then you feel bad about being a victim.
So pretty much, if you was up, you would be like cool. You would be a capitalist, but if you was down, you would be a communist or something.
Nah. Well, the opposite of capitalism is not really communism.
I know. I'm just saying you ain't really answered the question, so I'm just trying to fill in the blanks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I put it like this: you try to capitalize when you can within this capitalist system. Just put it like that.
Oh, so you a capitalist then?
But matter of fact, just to save you some time, I'll say yes on that.
So you would do that to American black people in America?
Well, Americans, period.
So okay, so you saying that he's a coon for doing that to Africans, but you would do the same thing to Americans, and you're not a coon?
You know why he's a coon? Because he says he's a Pan-African. That's why.
But aren't you American? A black American?
Yeah, but there are other people in America.
But would you do that to black Americans? Forget anybody else. Would you do that to black Americans? Like make a business and sell stuff to black Americans?
See, no.
No,
he already said yes because he already said he'll do it to Americans, period.
Yeah, Americans, period. But see, I wouldn't concentrate on black people mainly because I did that before. That's why I don't have a business now. So,
so you try to be a capitalist against black people in America before? Damn, you was cooning like that.
Nah, that ain't cooning because I never declared myself a Pan-African who's trying to be equal and help all people come up.
Well, aren't you a black American? Yes.
No, but I'm not a Pan-African.
But are you a black American?
I'm not a Pan-African.
Okay, you're not a Pan-African. Are you a black American?
Yes.
So you tried to make a business and capitalize all black Americans.
Actually, it was off of anybody, but it just so happened that black Americans were standing in line, and then of course you give one a discount, then the next one they tell the next one, "Oh man, talk them down, and then you can get a good price." See that kind of shit right there.
So the very first person that you sold to was a black person. Wouldn't that make you a coon if you call him Brandon a coon?
No, because I'm not a Pan-African. That's why I'm not exploiting people.
But you are a black American. You exploited black Americans.
No, I didn't exploit nobody. Having a business is not exploitation.
Oh. So him having a business over there is not exploiting somebody. It's cool if he just had a bit. I'm not saying what he's doing because I don't know what he's doing. But if he just had a business, that would be cool.
Actually, that would be better. But he also said that he's sexing. He got 2 wives out there. He's sexing them down.
And why y'all go to all my that dude life like that, man?
No, well, he's the one who volunteered the information.
Okay,
and Tyron, Go
Let
ahead.
them volunteer.
And Tyron, Karl Marx, a political theory derived from Karl Marx, whatever. But you do know Karl Marx was a racist that would have had you at the bottom of his society too, so if you were calling yourself a Marxist. You know what I'm saying? I showed that.
They forecast. You know, Karl Marx had an afro, right?
He had an afro.
Yeah.
But what did he say about black people?
Who cares what he said, man?
Who cares what he said?
What did Brandon say about black people?
But wait, didn't you just say that coons are the worst enemy?
Yeah.
But Karl Marx isn't. He's cool. He get a pass.
Well, he's not considered a black man, but he had an afro.
Okay, but okay, he got an afro, so he is a black man. So he's a coon. So he's the #1 threat, then, right? We shouldn't be no Marxists, then, right?
In fact, his whole group, yeah, they are the #1 threat.
Karl Marx.
Yeah, his whole group.
I agree with that. Karl Marx is a problem. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, though. Karl Marx's group also created the capitalist system too, though. So
now his group went against the capitalist system. They said the capitalist was the problem.
Nah, but his group created it. They created both. They do all that to control every damn thing.
Oh, you said not him, but like Jewish people
group.
or something?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got you. All right, so all right, I feel you, man. We about to get up out of here, but so yeah,
yeah, it's 1:30. God damn.
Yeah, it's late as hell in it. What so okay, so hardcore, you are a capitalist in America, but you're going at another black man who's a capitalist, but you're not a coon.
No, he's a Pan-African first, but he's capitalizing and exploiting the Africans.
But you are Black American first, right?
But I'm not I'm not going to somebody else's land claiming to help them, but I'm really exploiting them. That's the difference.
Oh, so you're not about helping Black Americans at all.
See, now come on.
Okay, so you are trying to help Black Americans.
This guy is funny, but
so you're exploiting Black Americans, and you're a capitalist, and you're a coon.
No, Brandon he's the Pan-African who claims that he's helping Black people in Africa. But then when you break it down, he's actually exploiting them. They're not receiving anything but pay, and he didn't even specify what the pay was, because the average monthly salary in Kenya is $76 per month. So he probably ain't paying no more than $100. He probably ain't being generous enough in paying him $100.
All right. Well, you can cut yourself enough, hardcore. You're a capitalist, and you
No, I never declared
the same thing you say Brandon do. So
I never declared myself to be a capitalist, though. But I
asked you said yes.
No, I said if you just to put it short, you want to cut the argument. Okay.
Okay. So I don't want to do that to you. What are you, my brother?
I'm just a man in this country.
What kind of business do you prefer? Would you? All right. Let me ask you this way: would you prefer if you started a business? Would you rather you be in charge? Would you rather the community be in charge or the government be in charge? Or if it's another way, you could say that.
Damn, sure don't want the government to be in charge.
That's a communist. All right, you're not a communist,
right?
Okay. So you rather for the people to be in charge?
That would be a communist too.
No, that's a socialist.
No, well, socialist, the government still dictates. Communist is supposed to be everybody involved, but but the reality is, the people aren't really involved. They get dictated to.
Right, that's true. That's true. Like when in the actual system, it's not really the people. But I was looking it up on the last show because we did a show, "What is Capitalism?" and it said the difference between communism and capitalism, socialism and capital, and you know what I'm saying. Socialism and communism is that socialism is controlled more so by the people, and capital and the other thing is controlled by the government. You know what I'm saying? So you would be like more some like, yo, you would rather own your own thing, kind of free market kind of thing, right?
I see where you're getting at, but hey, that's the country we're living in, so that's the way you got to compete. Just put it like that.
Well, if you had the ideal thing, you could make whatever government or whatever business you want. You were telling me that you would rather the community be in charge of your business?
Well, you know what? When you go public with your business, then technically you got the community being in charge of your business.
All right, last question I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Alcorn, are you pan-black?
Yeah. In general,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, Bukhari, are you pan-black?
Nope, I'm Pan-African.
Ain't black people in Africa, Bukhari? Are you down with the Boers and the other white people in Africa too? So you
I'm gonna
pan
tell
black?
you something, right? There was this lady in the barbershop, pretty lady, tried to get with me, but she didn't want to talk about her African. She only wanted to talk about the Indian that's in her, yes, but the African don't matter. Everybody like, you turn that down. I'm Pan African, dude. I have them. Just because you hate you got a problem with African folks, you got a problem with me. It's just that simple. Black African power, Pan African. That's what I am.
Okay, but so you'll go over in Africa and exploit them like this other Pan African guy, right?
I'm eating crackers and cheese, Mr. Untouchable.
All right, so look, we're gonna I'm gonna let y'all wrap
we
it
keep
up.
going.
You messed it up, before. Y'all supposed to agree on that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know I was supposed to agree, but I ain't agree with Alquan. We don't agree too much.
Yeah, I know the coons is the worst problem.
But the problem
Y'all
is we can agree on the main thing we need to agree on, that Brandon is an exploiter of the African.
No, man.
Nah, the main thing y'all agree on is that black people is worse than white people, and the that's what y'all agree on. I got it. All right, go ahead, Harco. Go ahead. Take as long as you want to close out, my brother.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, these coons are dangerous people. But even in Malcolm X's day, Marcus Garvey's day, well, he was a coon. Marcus Garvey's a coon. So, I mean, but back in those days, 100 years ago, Malcolm X days, they had coons. The only way it'll stop is if the coons get stopped. I mean, that's the only way it's going to happen. And this Pan-Africanism, this stuff must die because it's phony. I mean, the more you talk to Pan-Africanists, the more you realize that they're all full of shit and they actually hate the African. They treat the African like the white man treats the African. They're only worthy of servitude. What can they do for the new slave master? Make them money and give them sex. That's Brandon. That's Pan-Africanism Strikes Back, the black conservative, the black coon. And he heard my video. He saw it. And I tell it to him to his face like I always do. So with that, I'm out.
You don't tell it to nobody fake because you scared to show your face.
Drop 10 G's in the Cash App. I'll show my face.
Hey, Harpo, who is a bigger problem, J. Edgar Hoover or Marcus Garvey?
Damn, that's a rough one. That's a hard one right there.
And you not cooning right now? I'll let you go say J. Edgar Hoover was black too.
Nah, but that's a hard one right there, man. That's a hard one. I'm leaning towards Garvey. Yeah, I know Hoover gave us hell. I'm leaning towards Garvey.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Both were. It ain't no both. I said who is the more bigger problem, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Bukhari, go ahead, my brother.
I keep telling y'all, man, people that talk about racism, white supremacy, I keep telling you, they the biggest race. They support racism, white supremacy more than anybody. What's the difference in what they say about Garvey than what white folks would say? There is no difference. They didn't have to be a part of the UNIA. They don't have to wave the red, black, and green flag. So since that's something they're not a part of, see, it's like me talking about the Christian church. I'm not a part of it. So therefore, I don't have to discuss it. I don't have to say anything negative about it because I'm not a part of it. It's not affecting me. So all these people who constantly talk about the white man, racism, white supremacy, all you have to do is listen to those black people talk. And you was like, damn, if Alquan went on here and that stuff he just said about Garvey and J. Edgar Hoover, if he wouldn't on here, he sounded like a white person. The words came out of his mouth, he sounded just like a white person. Tyron in the chat, sound like a white person. He got a problem with it. He said Marcus Garvey supported some views from the Klan. So what? Because Marcus Garvey was race first. Like, okay, the Klan was race first. So was Marcus Garvey. So am I. So I guess Marcus Garvey believed in black men and black women should be together. So do I. So do I. So I guess, so saying you agree with that, and that is something that the Klan supported. So that means something is wrong with you. I keep telling you, and one of these days, people is going to get it. One of these days, people are going to get it when I say, people who talk about racism, white supremacy, and complain about it, if you ever just listen to them talk, they sound more like the so-called white supremacists than than the white. Matter of fact, on all these social media things, I don't ever hear. It's not the white people you hear talking negative about Martin Luther King, talking negative about Malcolm X, talking negative about Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, saying they didn't exist. It ain't white folks that's doing that. It's Aboriginal, Indigenous, Niji, whatever they call. That's who's doing it the most. They say they're Black Americans or FBA or ADOS, whatever name they have. Those are the ones that will sit and talk about all of the time. I'm just saying who I hear talking about it. Who I hear talking about over and over and over. That's who I hear talking about it. There's no difference. If you rewind this back, anybody rewind, play this again, Alquan's closing statement, and make like you don't know who it is. And tell me if you heard the words came out of his mouth when they compare Garvey to Marcus Mosiah Garvey to Gay Edgar Hoover. He sounded just like a white person. I hear the bite. I'm done.
All right, so Bakari, who is a bigger problem, Alquan and Tyron, or George Zimmerman? What up, Bill Gates?
I would say George Zimmerman is a bigger. I said that bastard name. Is a bigger problem than them, than those two.
Damn, so you coming around, Bakari? Out to school. That's what's up. You starting to learn.
But it's still according to who you're gonna compare them to.
Hey, I started at the beginning. And didn't you say Hardcore and Tyron is cooning?
Yeah.
So, but they're not the biggest threat then.
No. Those two. I know.
So you agree with me then? I got you. That's what's up. Hey,
in all honesty, I don't think Alquan and Tyron is a threat at all. I think Alquan, especially Tyron, like to try to get on folk nerves, but I don't think they're a threat at all. I really don't think they.
What you said that Coons are the biggest threat, though, Bakari. So
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I don't think they're a threat at all. I don't think Alquan would intentionally go sabotage a black person business.
Okay, so Coons aren't. So they're not the biggest. Okay, I can dig it.
I don't think Alquan is nowhere as a bigger threat as a. See, I was talking about black folks who I don't think Alquan will do that. Now, if I'm wrong, Alquan, he'll tell me I'm wrong and say, yeah, I will go sabotage their business. But
I know you're right about that. Even though I think we should start sabotaging Jamaican and African businesses, though.
So he would. Hey,
because these foreigners are messing us up.
So he would do that, Bakari. So there you go. You know what I'm saying?
What did a foreigner? What did you call him a foreigner? What did a black foreigner get from you? What did they stop you from getting?
Shit, jobs.
What job? Which job? Which job?
Any fucking job that they got because of being black. That's what. Or hell, even something simple like the fact that they're here, all foreigners, and you went to the store, grabbed the lottery ticket. You could have won that $1 million if they hadn't been here to grab that shit instead.
I could have won it if I played the lottery. Why are they here? I don't play the lottery.
No, I'm saying if you played it, you could have won it, but since they're here and they grabbed the shit instead because they're here, they took that away too.
Hey, before we go hardcore, let me ask you this. Tyron said black supremacy is the same as white supremacy. You agree with that?
Philosophically, yes, because it is the inverse of it, because they want when you hear people talk about black supremacy, black power, they're really talking about I want what the white man has and I want it his way, but I just want it for me.
That's not what black power means.
What does it mean?
That's not what black power means.
What does it mean?
Do you know who coined the phrase black power?
I don't care about that. What does it mean?
Hmm?
What does it mean?
Well, I can say
that coined the phrase black power gave it a definition.
Yeah, I could say black people definitely did not say they want power over. I wish black people would say we want power over. I'm down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely want to be in charge of my own stuff. If I got a business, I want to not be able to hire somebody. I want to not be able to tell somebody tell me I got to take a shot. You know what I'm saying? To get a job and stuff like that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you better want somebody. It's the same as white supremacy. Y'all sound like the power to all the people crowd. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all wonder why I was saying the coon stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that's a coon statement? Black supremacy is the same as white supremacy.
I know it sounds like that on the surface, but I mean, when you really think about it, what they talk about, if you disagree, you're called a coon, an Uncle Tom, a Sambo. If you disagree with Pan-Africanism, and they want to try to teach Africans how to be African, and they don't even know how to be African.
Yeah, but I didn't say African. He said black supremacy, though. You said
it's a part of black supremacy.
No, black supremacy is being like, yo, I want to be able to be like, yo, my school curriculum is teaching critical race theory if I want to. My hospitals is doing this if I want to. If I want to, I can be able to do redlining. That's
so you mean black supremacy is similar to being supreme in your household?
Yeah, being able to control your own self. You know what I'm saying? And you will have, like,
in order to do that, you gotta dominate somebody else, right?
Hey, if that's what it takes, I'm not. Are you okay with it? So you're not. So hold on. You wouldn't want to do that.
But I'm saying that's the whole point. That's why he said that white supremacy and black supremacy are the same.
So he want to be equal to. So he's not saying that white supremacy is bad. He's saying it's good.
No. What he's trying to do is explain to you that both ideologies are the same. It's just like
so he want to live in a rainbow coalition kind of thing. Like,
no, not that. But like when you hear Sir Rossetti say, "I want global black supremacy," what does that mean to you when somebody says global black supremacy?
I want control, like you say, how you say I'm from America. I want control over the resources that is here, the land that is mine in America. Like when people say I want control over those resources instead of a European telling me what I can and can't do. You know that I just showed Joe Biden giving another $1 billion to Ukraine. I'm not down with that shit. You know
me either.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like in my supremacy, if I want to be like, yo, you got to put money towards the Black American Army for fighting towards whatever, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't want that?
Well, I mean, you got to teach these foreigners to do that kind of thing, because right now people like Brandon, agents like him, they want to talk to us about what we need to do for Africa.
And what you talking about ain't got nothing to do with the question. He asked you what you want.
I'm answering that question right now. They keep talking about you got to do something for Africa and the Caribbean, but they don't say the Africans in the Caribbean got to do something for us.
Okay, so now I'm saying I would say, like, put me in a position of Pan-African right now. We got to do something for Black people in America and build ourselves up. So now what?
Then I say, goddamn it, the African and the Caribbean, they got to build themselves up and stop messing with us.
Right. So so they're out of it. Now we got to build ourselves up. So are you down with that?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay. And then once we build ourselves up, would you be down for doing business with other people?
You would have to, because they're ahead of the game right now.
No, I'm talking about other, like, Black people.
Like, yeah, I would. Yeah.
Almost like a capitalist.
Well, that's what you would be too, right?
I didn't think capitalism is evil, though.
I didn't either.
But y'all been trying to say the brother is bad because he called himself a capitalist and stuff like that. I know you're trying to add extra stuff. I can't speak on that.
No, I had an extra because he said he didn't use the word he was exploiting Africans, but that's what he was doing. one-way street.
So what you did?
He
So
goes
what you
in, he
just saying
takes.
is you put word you. So now you don't put words in his mouth.
No, I said that's what he's exploiting them because he is having them do work for him. He's setting up business there, going there to get his little ghetto empire in Africa, and he is
Like
using the
Kevin
women.
Empire.
Yeah, because that's all it is. And he's using the women for sex. In other words, all those he's going to Africa not to help them, but so that they could do for him. That's exploitation.
Okay, I feel you. So, Brandon, you said Brandon is cooning. That's not acceptable, but Tyron's cooning is acceptable to you.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, so the black supremacy thing wasn't a kind of coonish kind of statement.
No, because I told you it's basically the same ideology as white supremacy, except with black people. But it's a far-reaching ideology. That's why you never hear me talk about it.
So you're not down with that. You're not down with like black people having power and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, to call it black supremacy and black power, you got to start doing something instead of shouting it. That's what I got to say.
I feel you. I agree with that 100%. 100%. You got to be about it and not talk about it. We've been talking about it way too long. But I'm saying you're not down with that, though. You are down with that, right?
I could be down with black power, black global supremacy. I mean, that's a little far.
You more on the
rate. No,
I'm saying that's really far fetched at this point. That's what I'm saying.
So you want
to I'm going to exploit the shit out of some folks. I'm going to get me, but at the end of this year, folks, they're going to have me another dump truck. Somebody going to be driving, so I'm exploiting.
No. According to hardcore, we got to hold hands with the Arabs.
I'm going to be exploiting those black. I'm going to be exploiting those black people I'm about to hire so they can drive and go to work and make them some money to take care and feed themselves.
Put how much you paying them?
You want a job?
I said, how much are you paying them?
I said, do you want a job?
No.
I might need a
job.
Oh
well, you know they salary ain't none of your business then if you don't want no job.
Okay, you are exploiting them then. If you don't want a child, then that means it's exploitation.
Nah, Bakari always says, because let me say this, Bakari, because you always say that you want to pay them not only just a livable wage, but a wage where they can a livable wage means like you good, you don't have to work crazy overtime, you can go on vacations, take time off, you know what I'm saying? That's what Bakari says.
They gonna get a real livable wage to go.
What is that?
15 to 2,000 a week. And we put back 100. I match wherever they put back 100 a week. So, because we drive dump trucks, so when it's slow, they ain't got to worry about no unemployment or go looking for no job in January and February. They still have their money coming.
So that's why Brandon and Afro Tank go out to Africa to exploit the people because they could pay them $100 a month and they can come off.
All right, but you can exploit the people here without paying them nothing.
But you can't pay them $100 a month, though. You can't pay nobody $100. You can't pay nobody $100 a week unless they're a crackhead.
Yeah, that's true.
So Alquan said, when I say people gonna be getting $60,000 to $90,000 a year, he said, like that's nothing.
Yeah, come on, I know because I know it ain't happening. That's why.
How come it ain't happening?
You ain't paying these people that unless you paying Mexicans or some shit like that. Hell, matter of fact, even Mexicans ain't working cheap anymore. Shit.
What, $60,000 to $90,000 a year?
You ain't paying them that. Get out of here with that.
Okay. Look, I don't have to prove anything to you.
Yeah, you know hardcore not about black supremacy, so he'll hire the Mexicans probably first. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I know plenty of black people who hire Mexicans when it's time to do something with their house or some shit like that.
I ain't saying that. Yo, that's not black supremacy.
But I'm saying, hey, I bet you Brandon will hire some Mexicans.
I hire a black woman. If I hired somebody to clean my house, I wouldn't do that. But you know what I'm saying? If I did, I would hire a black person. If I had when I start my business, it's gonna be black people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black supremacist. I don't got no problem saying
Okay. That. So black supremacy is going to Africa, paying people $75 a month for full-time work.
Every time you talk, that money go down.
Yo, black supremacy is giving black people more than they had before than they ever had, and trying to raise it up more and more.
That's what they call exploitation.
It's called exploitation to pay somebody.
Yep, more than what they had, because that's what it. If you pay somebody, you know that old saying, somebody you get some money from somebody. Let's say you get $20, and then you say, "Damn, $20, that's it." Then they say that's $20 more than what you had. That's exploitation. You getting played.
Nah, because I wouldn't. Because if somebody would be like, well, first of all, I'm not doing that for $20. That's for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Unless they had nothing, and then they would be like, yo, I would absolutely love to do that. And if that's all I got to offer, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you know, for me, I would try to give as much as I can without hurting myself, you know what I'm saying, going down or being able to build my business. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, what about the other part of the equation, going to Africa for sex?
Going to Africa for sex?
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than going to Italy for sex, you know what I'm saying?
Is it really?
It is. I would rather go to, at least you have sex with a black person, you're going to have a mixed baby if you go to Italy.
Not really. You can go to Italy and get you some black people.
I don't know. Well, you call Italians black, so I don't know.
He also called him. He called that white Mexican that came up on your panel black too.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
did. He did. He did. He was against that dude. I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore was with all of us. Yeah. So, that's why I can respect you, Hardcore. Tyron, the only thing is, bro, like I will let you on here. It's just that you cut people off so much, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But we been on here way too long. It's been 3 hours. I've been
fucking 2 o'clock now. Yeah, I definitely gotta go. All right, man. Peace out.
All right, peace out, Quan.
Yeah, man. Holla.
All right, Bakari. So we cleared this whole thing up.
You lost again, man. I don't know why you keep messing with me, podcast. You always lose.
Bakari, did you hear what y'all even said? If you go back and listen, you would go kill.
Exactly
you would go after Bakari. You would go after Alquan and Tyron before you go George Zimmerman, my brother. Come on, man.
No, I wouldn't. I said Alquan and Tyron ain't no threat.
The definition of a coon is somebody who goes after black people. So what would y'all go after? Well, I would go after the black people. Well, I ain't no coon. Come on.
Was that my exact words?
You see, now you see why I'm not as hard on the coon, because I wouldn't be as hard. I would be hard on all of y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Like y'all, a lot of y'all wouldn't even pass the coon test. You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking, boy. For people start thinking I'm calling you a coon, I ain't calling you. I ain't
worried about what them people think. Shit. You always lose for a game, but man, I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, Bakari.
Peace.
All right, peace. All right, thanks for y'all for watching. All right, peace. Tyron, Mr. Untouchable, Erica, Raw. Everybody that came on here, you know what I'm saying? Bakari and them took their L, you know what I'm saying? I know they got their whole cooning thing going on. But it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Peace to my brother Rasheed Holmes. You know what I'm saying? I know they accept the one drop rule. They cooning, they try to make biracial women black. So this is Bakari, he tried to make biracial women black. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's okay, right? I'm not as hard on the coon, Bakari, so I'm not gonna be at you. I know the real threat and what got you brainwashed, my brother.
Hey, so you telling me I can't make my mulatto granddaughters black?
No, man. You know, I couldn't like put it like this. If I had to, and this is for anybody, this is not necessarily for Bakari because he already know. But if I had a kid with somebody that's not black, they're not black. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Like I would love them. It's not nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? There's no beef with mulatto people, but they're just not black. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Hey man, leave my grandkids out your mouth, man. You right, they're not black. They're my grandkids and I love them, but they ain't black. But guess what I tell them all the time? Every time I see them, they're going to always get this statement from me. They're going to get 4 words from me all the time. You know what I always say?
What?
I say, white people ain't shit.
You talking about their moms.
That's what somebody said. You know their mama white. Well, when they grow up, they're going to be like, Mama, Granddad taught me y'all ain't shit.
Well, the good news for them is you would rather go after J. Edgar Hoover than the black man. You know what I'm saying? So
J. Edgar Hoover black. J. Edgar Hoover black.
You're right. He was just cooning you, so you would be justified. All right, Bakari, we got to get off here, man. God
Man,
coming
later,
right
man.
through.
Later.
All right, y'all. So peace, y'all. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're going to keep falling for anything.